Dire team
哎，队友呢？
ban.
队友嘞？
哎，队友呢？队友呢？
队友呢？
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Radiant team pick.
Grimstroke.
Dire team pick.
Void incarnate.
Radiant team ban.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire
Go.
team ban.
Test 1,
Dire
2.
team Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Ten seconds remaining.
What? No.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Clockwork.
Radiant team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alrighty.
Seconds rem-
Oh, you've done it again, haven't you? Last time it was not me. They were both you. Should go.
Radiant team ban.
Me?
Radiant
Go?
team.
Ice King.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our coverage here of the Eastern European lower division of the DPC, presented by ESL 1 and powered by Intel. Second Strike here on the call with you, and by my side as always is going to be Avo Plus. We've got our match today, the last one of week 4, Puckchamp taking on VP.P. We can see your draft already well underway. We can also see that Puckchamp here, they're just actually coming off of a win, or rather a loss, more accurately, as they did end up losing the grand finals match of Snow Sweet Snow to Hellbear Smashers. It was a very, very exciting 4-game series. 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend you guys check it out.
It was a good series, actually.
But yeah, such a close game as well. Really, really exciting finish to game. But Puckchamp, heading into that one, they were already kind of aiming for top 3. Sure, although disappointed to have lost that series, especially they had the reverse sweep potential, I think they're still going to be pretty happy overall with their performance, and they've got a cool crisp $5,000 coming their way. So that's going to be nice. It's by far, at least for Krelat, their hard carry, it's by far the biggest prize pool he's gotten. He's more than, I think, like tripled his winnings alone from this. So
also DPC, right, where you're really dominating. I think you should be quite happy when the tournament that you're quote-unquote losing is the home sweet home, which, well, exciting tournament. Of course, you want to win that. It's not as important as the DPC leagues, where you're doing awfully well. And now you are up against VP, which is, honestly, I wouldn't say it's an easy opponent, but we're seeing Puckchamp, and actually both teams really know each other because it took no time to draft. We're sorry about that little 10-second delay, but apparently it looked like 3 minutes delay because of how fast they drafted. Puckchamp, the Void Spirit, Wraith King, Pango seem to be their tricore. Not much use for the Coddle, besides with a bit of the Wraith King. So it's like okay. Yeah. Very consistent lineup. Kind of vanilla lineup, not gonna lie. The Pango is the only maybe odd one else.
Especially for Puckchamp. These are just heroes they like to play. Heroes that they are just good at. Desperate, Void Spirit, Krelat, Wraith King. They always, and this is the one thing I finally figured out about Puckchamp. Krelat is almost exclusively their win condition. However, unlike other teams we've seen in this tournament, just to take an example out of Bait, you know, it's always RDO, right? Yep. But RDO has the same play style. Whereas here with Krelat, the advantage
he's a bit more versatile.
Sorry?
He's a bit more versatile.
Who is?
Krelat.
Oh, yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Yeah, especially because he can hit you with the Wisp pick, which they really, really like to run to actually good success. Like, it works. The team, they know how to execute around it. Maybe they cause their opponents to panic. It didn't work versus the Hellbear Smash. Actually, it did work versus the Hellbear Smashers.
Once, right?
Well, the other time they didn't run it in the core position. They actually ran it on support because Astral, the position 5, he still, or Dukalis rather, he still loves running Wisp 5. It's just that I think that also likes to give it a whirl as well. But yeah, it's a very vanilla lineup. As always, Puckchamp, they're putting Krelat on their win condition. This time around, it's the Wraith King. It's a very powerful mid-game draft here as well. So VP, plenty of time to think about their pick. Isn't the SF super countered? Sorry, the Void Spirit rather is super countered by the SF?
Yes and no, right? The thing is that as most SF matchups depends a lot on player skill, so while technically it is a pretty hard counter, and if they're both equally skilled and they both have to play the match equally as well, then SF will win. It's like a 70-30 lane, but it's kind of difficult to accomplish that, right? Problem. Because Void Spirit, it's a whole ordeal, and we'll discuss this more when we get into the game. It is definitely supposed to be a Void Spirit counter, but doesn't always consistently accomplish that. It's very different to the Bat Rider, which is a consistent SF. Oh, VE Prodigy again. This is one of the few teams that has run the Life Stealer a fair amount of times. They do like this hero, despite the nerfs. Pretty heavy nerfs. Not a bad game for it, though. Decent against Pangolier. Against Wraith King, you can suffer once he arms himself, but if you keep up with farm with him, then you usually are kind of even and actually out heal him most of the time. Without the open wounds, though, it becomes much difficult. Yeah. I really do like Puckchamp's draft a bit more, how vanilla it is.
Yeah, the issue I have with VP.P's draft is that it's completely in response to this Puckchamp draft. Everything about it, in my opinion, is kind of actually a response to Puckchamp. You have the Grimstroke to slow down the Wraith King, the illusion. You've got Shaker to slow down the push as well for counter initiation. And then maybe Laurel can go for like the Blink Yules build, but there just seems like there's no way VP.P are ever going to be making an engagement here or really starting off a fight without a smoke. Whereas with Puckchamp, they've got so many different ways to start a fight. Desperate, just Astral stepping in, Astral as well off the back of a good hook shot. Melis, Pango just rolling around. I assume this game, Krelat, he likes to go for the blink usually, likes to play a very fast-paced game. He's probably going to go for that as well, so he can initiate himself here. So that's the concern I really do have is VP.P this draft. It's a very good defensive draft, but I fear that on the offensive side, it's not actually too strong here, especially against the lineup. I'll have to take a look, though, as we're about to get underway. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, though. I think Puckchamp, they've been playing real well. They got second place in Snow Sweet Snow, and actually, funnily enough, they're going to be aiming for second place here as Winstrike. I think now that they're 5-0, are just about untouchable here with their top spots, but we'll see, as I believe next week, Winstrike have to take on Puckchamp for title. We'll see if they...
That's going to be an exciting match, particularly. Again, I like seeing teams that procure. I think this team is not too difficult. Now, so since we're actually in the game, we can get a bit more into why the SF and the Void tough. So when this matchup first got proposed, a lot of Void Spirits would just go for the Simulate build, right? Or they even take 1 or 2 points into the Simulate and ignore this matchup completely. And people start realizing, oh, Void Spirit's not that bad against SF because we get a Simulate. But then SF started to learning how to just kind of outmatch them by last hitting them, right? Started not to die against the Razes, and it was all about the last hitting. This matchup has evolved a lot, and nowadays initiation, no lucky shot though. I don't know if you can kill Notice yet. Orb of Venom actually. That's why they can catch up to Notice there.
Orb of Venom, boots on the clockwork, so they're gonna force level 1 here into the Rage. Kind of a win there actually for Puckchamp.
And so now that the match has kind of evolved, the point that Void Spirits always have is this guy has actually a really strong 4 this. Since Puckchamp actually has a really strong 4 this game, which is Clockwork, really good 4 for rotating, right? It's up to him if he wants to go for the Simulate build and ignore this matchup completely, or if he wants to go for call points and Ether Remnant, hug the SF, and then play like an Ember versus SF matchup, where you can actually win it just by being super offensive if you have a good 4 with it. Which is why this matchup is not entirely SF favored every single. Because VP.P's 4 is also much weaker. Well, against a Void Spirit, it's much weaker for flanking anything. Void Spirit's hard to gank.
Yep, that's true. It is, again, really good for the defensive side. He's just going to probably just farm an Ags this game. Not straight away, but it's just such a damn good item here versus the Wraith King. I'd be interested if Krelat's going to want to change it up, not opt for the Radiance to try and dissuade from the Dark Portrait, instead go for the Armlet Blink Deso build that sometimes we see.
It's a 5 Grimstroke. The Ags gonna come anytime.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like, if you really want to counter, you know, and use Dark Portrait, then that's why we've seen the a mid or an offlaner, right? That's the whole point. Like, you pick a mid or offlaner Grimstroke because you're up against a sort of illusion hero, and then you beat him with a Dark Portrait. But this game with a 5 Grimstroke, if you spend all your gold on Ags, dude, I feel like your game is kind of over. And I don't mean like, oh, you've lost the game. I mean, genuinely, like, your game is over. Like, you've taken too long. I'm gonna try to see a K board item.
No, I mean, I agree. It's just it's very common we've seen it, even on the position of 4 Grimstrokes. You're right, though, with the Shaker, he's not going to get that farm priority. The Shaker, of course, needing the Blink Dagger and that Shard. First is Krelat here. He's going to be pinned versus the Fissure. Nice Nature's Call there. Krelat is going to die for first blood. It's going to go to Force Major, but still a good kill regardless.
Not expected at all, honestly. That lane should not be that bad for Wraith King, and that's why I think that like that lane should really not be that bad for Wraith King. He presents a low armor early, but you can just usually lifesteal off the creeps. So you play that lane super defensively and just kind of ignore it. We're seeing here that Desperate is seemingly not going for the Simulate build. Yep, there we go. So it's point Ether and point in the Resonant Pulse. Let's see if he gets the 3rd point to Simulate to avoid aggression. Nope, Resonant Pulse.
He doesn't want to do it.
It's the laney build or the aggressive build, the one where you think you can beat DSF just by player skill. But if you mess up in your player skill, then SF will punish this build. Need the 1 point to Simulate at least level 4. If he goes for the 2nd point Ether Remnant, then you need to gank this lane or this lane. Pretty much. Always nice to see who's cocky on the Void determining literally just what build they build again. One of my favorite matchups.
Generally, Desperate will not deviate from this build unless he can avoid it. Remember, I think he was the match with the DP as well, as I recall.
DP?
The Queen of Pain with the
Queen of
Stifling
Pain.
Dagger.
Yes,
that was
yes,
the
yes.
one.
But see, the Queen of Pain matchup is a bit more okay with Void Spirit. Sometimes you just recover in jungle, right? Because rarely does she kill you. She just gives you the option of like staying in lane with really low HP or dying, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing. But the Shadow Fiend is not really about that, right? Because he just bursts you down. You don't really get a choice whether to get to leave in time. By the time he's bursted you down, you're already dead. That's why the Assimilate is so important early.
You see Force Major each and every single time without fail. He's manually blocked to this camp. And Ducalis is going to return the favor here by blocking the stack of this here as well. Top lane. Astral into the cogs with DSA. Not going to be a kill, though. They will burn a little bit of mana here off of the Grimstroke. Too bad, as Melis is going to go for some creep pull shenanigans. He's already got the Orb of Corrosion. That's pretty darn fast. Started off with the Orb of Venom, so that impressive or anything, but does really severely increase the kill potential in this lane. It's a lot more lethal now, especially because with the cogs, you know, notice even with Magic Immunity, he's still going to have to hit those cogs to get out. And early on, that's quite painful for a lifestealer. Well, could see some kills here potentially, but for now, the Grimstroke doing a fantastic job at keeping Melis harassed out of the lane here. Half HP. He's already out of regen, so he'll probably end up, well, actually, an Astral is going to be the first to rotate over. 4-minute runes. Of course, this River rune, as popular as we see it, regen there for Desperate into the bottle. Big win there. Has taken now the point into Assimilate.
God for that. That's always a safety feature. Like, I think if you play this lane and you want to play... There we go. Second point in Assimilate. So he's actually going to go for the Assimilate. He doesn't trust himself, which is correct, honestly. If you plan to go for the other build, you need Clockwork to be much more active in this. He doesn't even rotate for the 4-minute rune, so clearly you don't want to do that, right? So don't go for the long build. I admire Desperate's tenacity when it comes to this build, but as you can see, he's already starting to suffer a fair amount.
Like that move activates the regen-based Laurel into the Aether Remnant. He's like, yeah, why not? I got unlimited mana for a couple of seconds. Major here. He's not yet rotated anywhere. Just doing his best to secure the lane. Did end up getting first blood here against Krelot, so that's definitely well worth it, his trouble.
Yep. That was the very surprising first blood right early as well. Everything shouldn't be suffering. I mean, everything suffers the lane. You pretty much beat Lifestealer in that aspect. Astral is going to be fairly slowed by the Gold Frenzy, and now he might just die to that rage. Yeah, goodbye, Astral. No chance to him. He was hoping to push him out, but get them correct. Very hard to try to calculate that against a Lifestealer that's slowing you down, though.
Yeah, especially when the Lifestealer has boots as well. Clockwork, he tends to get very sad when his lane opponents get boots, because that means usually the fun is over for him. Or the funnest time.
Especially when you go for first level rage, right? Like, there's no way you're getting away from the Lifestealer. He has movement speed boost, he slows down your movement speed, he has his own movement speed source.
The armlets. So it will be the armlet build this time around for Krelot, so they're going to have a very, very explosive mid-early game here.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be Armlet Radiance, though, or Armlet does it later. Because in Europe, for example, they've been playing this build of Armlet Radiance as opposed to Midas Radiance.
I have not seen Armlet Radiance. I've only seen really? Midas do either Radiance, just Radiance.
I see you enjoy South American Dota a lot.
Guess so. They just threw a Wraith Fire Blast to Celebrities. It's going to be a kill. Big ol' Illuminate there. Level 2.
Though yesterday we did see them actually go for Armlet Radiance.
Force Major rotating mid lane. He's already got the blink queued up. Was at the ready. They're going to now go for a bit of aggressive play. Good luck getting that fissure out, my friend. Laurel, he will be able to get a refill onto Astral in return. Aether Remnant, another marked here, is going to get Laurel a little bit too low. As Desperate with another power rune here. 2 of 2. Nice rotations, courtesy of his Clockwork facilitating that.
No, VP.P is honestly controlling this matchup pretty nicely. They know that the clock was rotating any second, really. They are seeing the capacity for Puckchamp to actually make plays now with the Void Spirit having level 6, so they immediately get the Grimstroke in there, and they rotate proactively, right? It's not so much about them reacting to whatever Clockwork is doing, it's more about them acknowledging this lane is going to be the first to gank, because they have to... If you're Puckchamp, you have to mitigate the impact of the of the Shadow Fiend early.
This Coddle's going to have a fair bit of farm here. A lot of these are going to be treants, which don't give that much gold. What do they give, like 18 or something like that? But he's going to have maybe a faster first item than they might be expecting. At least definitely in terms of experience, he's not doing too poorly either, as they are looking to actually make a serious push. This is not what the Furion wants, and they're actually rotating 2 other heroes. That's going to be scouted, though, by the Observer Wards here that VP.P have.
No, it's interesting. We've always spoken about how in Eastern Europe they prioritize or they put a lot more pressure onto the tier 1, you know, in the offlane position. Here to the rage. Ooh, that feels bad as a Pango. Okay, that's terrible. But we've spoken about how they always put pressure in that tier 1 in the offlane. And I've noticed that if you're Radiant, you do it much more in this region, right? Because in Radiant, you play around this area much more. That way you can control your jungle, you can control the enemy triangle, and you take away Dire's big advantage, which is that this triangle tends to be a bit safer. So it's actually a big deal to take this tower, but not in exchange for the mid tower, which is why they have to rotate everyone there. Because the mid tier 1 is still the more valuable tier.
Yeah, it really is. It makes the map really awkward for you to play, especially, I mean, even with this armlet, Creelat's still going to have to go into the jungle here for a couple of minutes. Not as long as he would if it was straight up for the Relic into the Radiance, but time. Name. Earthshaker, he's going to try and find farm wherever he can. He's going to be a little bit sad that that bottom tower is taken as well here. Because normally he would be, or he or the Lifestealer would be the ones to go take farm here eventually. Make a push for the tier 1 tower. It's just a little bit too dangerous when this tier 1 is down, which is why no one's actually farming this kind of free lane here on the side of VP.P. Smoke play. They're going for Laurel. Oh, they missed the... yeah, that's not a kill. They've missed, unfortunately, the Swashbuckle. They're going to go mid lane instead. They see Force Major, and Melis is going to run him over in his van.
That was really good, actually. And you catch the Shadow Fiend, can you kill him? There was no Illuminate set up for that, but I think you could have just tried with the Cogs Illuminate combo, but okay.
They've double awarded this one as well, so that's going to feel really bad. They're not going to have any...
What's the double awarded?
DSA just got a Observer with D-ward here, and then they also put down another ward here, so that's going to be...
Oh, they should have centered, yeah. First before trying to put the second.
Go, oh boy, more gold, I'm rich. Or he's not going to see it. He didn't see it. That's okay. It happens.
It's nighttime, boys. That's what happens.
He just wants to give it to Laurel here for his 18th soul. You know?
Yeah, that's right. That's the next
Wards have souls, everyone. So do Cogs, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Cogs do have souls. I mean, that makes sense, right?
Does it?
After watching all of Black Mirror, I'm pretty convinced that it's pretty obvious theme in the show. You know, if Charlie Brooker says that. I find that the early game is played probably a bit better by VP, but they got to make a lot of work now with the Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer. I think the lane's really solid, but if this Shadow Fiend doesn't pop off to an early start and the Lifestealer doesn't either, then what's the point of you fighting against Puckchamp's lineup? Because you have a very similar tempo to them, you're just slightly faster, but you're still both mid-game oriented. It's just that Puckchamp has a slightly later mid-game, and you have a slightly faster mid-game, hence the armor choice by Krillat, which I think is correct. But you gotta make something happen now, or else there's no point in you picking up the Shadow Fiend. Once he gets his first core item, we kills and I'm hoping Lifestealer also goes for a fast build.
Yeah, it looks like he is. He's already got his armlet completed.
Yeah, it's armlet SNY. It's okay. I think this game armlet Dezo was actually kind of justified. Not gonna lie.
They are kind of getting out pressured though. As I said earlier, bottom's just a little bit too dangerous to farm. I mean. Just reminding by just casually showing 3 heroes there to farm the wave. This is going to be then Ducalis' area to farm. He's going to be going for, looks like an early Glimmer Cape. If not, Hood of Defiance would be a little bit weird, but thank you for the ward. These guys just feeding wards back and forth. Someone got that one as well, eventually.
It's funny because, you know all those memes that were like the old joke where in Mother Russia, X does you, you know, and they turn it around. It's funny because that's actually how they play Dota as well, and like they've turned the supposed safest lane to farm, which is usually the off lane for Dire particularly, into the dead lane. Right? Now they can't go there, and you're actually seeing a very different space making by VP.P, where like, yeah, you have the Shadow Fiend and the Lifestealer in the triangle, but they don't want to go to lane because the lane is not super pushed like right now. They just lose your life, right? Yeah, that's the power taken to one off lane.
It's super dangerous, especially because considering how great the initiation from Puckchamp is right now. I mean, Clockwork at level 6 is probably the best initiation you could ask for at 11 minutes into the game.
level 6 too, honestly. I think those are the top two.
As follow-up, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
But just having this almost instant hook shot with the
it's amazing.
vision, it's so great, yeah. And they're going to show it to Laurel now as he's inside the cogs. Now he's going to look to farm up a couple of souls, but no, he's already killed off DSA. Notice running on in as Desperate is going to set up the Aether Remnant. That'll catch Notice before the Rage pops off, but he's still going to get hit a little bit by the Inkswell. Echo Slam there. He's going to connect onto Astral and a couple of the Ancients there to secure the kill. But Celebrity also dying there.
Yeah, in the top lane. There's the Rolling Thunder initiation we'll talk about. Yeah, it's also really
this is a kill area right here for the Pango.
Yeah.
Edges of the map.
It is a bit tough though in that area because you can at best get 2 bumps, but against something like an NP, right, who is just really, really weak.
Yeah, against an NP who thrives by, in generally, much like a Tinker, hiding in trees and then creating more trees around himself.
And you go, oh, trees, lol.
Yeah, both of which, you know, Pango goes burr right through. He does not care.
Yeah, and
bottom?
Yeah, bottom. There seems to be an initiation with that fissure. Okay, they stop the Coddle, but Coddle, does he have a Quelling Blade just to get out of the Sprout?
I think he does,
okay.
And to help him get some CS, you know? Yeah, he's farmed.
Yeah, he's farmed. You know what? Not against the Quelling Blade, though, in this map. So it's a good choice. But yeah, now if you can take both side lanes, which it seems like what they're doing, you open up the top side lane and the enemy jungle so that Wraith can farm it, and you close the bottom bottom lane so the enemy can't farm it. And then you go, where do you farm if you're dire? Right now?
On top of that, VP.P go, okay, guys, they can't just walk into our triangle and kill us like that. We need to take this tower, right? But Puckchamp, they know. They set up for 4 heroes there, and VP were like, all right, we can't fight them. I guess we just farm. I got to give kudos to Puckchamp. I think they're playing the map really well right now.
Oh, it's incredible. I'm very impressed whenever... I mean, I like these map movements, you know? When you're a team that knows what you're doing, you have a clear plan, you can tell in the way that they're moving on the map. But what I like, or the VP's option, apart from this, what they could opt to do is go for the Beast Coast way, where you, instead of trying to play the map and try to expand your map, you just defend the triangle really hard with always a 5 or a 4 there. And you have really good high ground defense. And that could be an option too for VP if you feel too threatened early.
Their high ground is certainly amazing. I mean, with Laurel here on the SF, Earthshaker, of course, always really good. Grimstroke, fantastic against people that are funneling through a really small area.
Exactly.
So,
you have a solid high ground defense lineup, which of course works early in the triangle. And the only issue here, of course, is the existence of Pango Clockwork, which, as we mentioned, are really good initiators.
It's a really big, especially up to high ground, right? Because both of these guys can just whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's
right
exactly it. And since you have Rocket Flare for vision, you go, well, okay,
it's
GG
difficult.
here.
Yeah, it's real difficult.
But you deward the area, you put some supports as blockers, and you make sure your tier 1 Radiant or tier 1 safe ones doesn't fall, because I think this is being given for a bit too much freedom.
I mean, it's looking not too good right now for VP.P, actually. I mean, the bottom tower has not been touched once at all game.
Well, because that's become their dead lane. And
well, of course, but I mean, versus the Fury, and that's not exactly what you're hoping for. Echo Slam top lane for Melis. Is they're going to try and kill him? They got the Orchid for him. Is he going to die to the Soul Burn? They've got Wrath of Nature coming in. Down he goes. Hook shot though. Counter initiation. They're going to find DSA as the cores. They're going to go hunting for Celebrity. There's going to be a stun out from the Aether Remnant to cancel the TP. Big old crit out from Krelat now as Force Major hoping to TP. They didn't save. Oh, Wraith Fire Blast to the face. That's a long TP. Dead. Laurel, in the meantime, did get the Yule Scepter kill into the Requiem of Souls onto the support. So 3 and a 4 dive for a 3-4-5.
It's not the worst, considering you had to put all your resources there, but since the tower falls, I think it's still beneficial for Puckchamp. Again, they're opening up their map, and now you have essentially 2 dead lanes.
Yeah, it feels really bad now, doesn't it?
Is the mate the safest lane to farm? Yes, I said, this is quite a common build.
Normally, no, right? Because I feel like, you know, just me watching. I mean, just look at this. Look at this vision right now for VP.P. If I was a support, I would not want to be standing right here, especially versus this line. Because you have no idea what's waiting in the wings here.
This is when the strategy of defending a triangle stops to work, because you can't just defend a triangle. They do take that bottom, which is good. They're opening up the map, but now they catch Celebrity as well, and that's going to be a counter gank. Still, even when they create space and it's correct for them, they still lose a hero, and it's a bad trade for them. Not ideal. Whereas you see Puckchamp's trades, whenever they go for a tower, they still take a beneficial trade in the process.
Yeah.
With a Wraith King who shouldn't be this strong this early.
No. I think the issue that they're finding is right now, for one reason or another, maybe it's the draft, maybe it's the play style, I can't quite tell. They're just looking for pickoffs, right? I mean, I think this Orchid especially is going to be hold that thought, actually. Astral is going to walk right into a 4-man smoke. All right. I mean, that's kind of his job. So he's going to walk right up there and say hello to 4 heroes, immediately greeted by the fissure of the Earth Spirit. But it just looks like they want to go for pickoffs right now. And that's fine, but you don't pick off a Wraith King, right? It's not that easy. You do pick off something like a Coddle and another support as Celebrity going to show up and get involved with this kill. And that should be a mid-tier 1 push, especially because it's already this low. So at least now VP.P with the pickoffs, they get 1 support, they get another one, and they're going to be able to take a little bit more map control here. So
this is pretty good, actually.
Progress.
No, this is very important. I think that Celebrity's build as well. You notice he went for the shard right after. I think the choice is Celebrity. Pushing towers constantly, sacrificing himself for the towers, etc., etc. pretty good, and that's helped now VP now play their mid game. This is when they're strongest. As we said, they're very similar tempos, but the early mid game is slightly better for VP now that Shadow Fiend's online, and Lifestealer is more online than Wraith King, because Armlet means much more for Lifestealer than Wraith King, of course. Pretty much your core built. You even have well, the Embrace gonna hurt them a fair amount. You don't have such a good item on VP.P, but still, I think you're in a pretty good position now to be able to take fights and force fights, if any. Even with Krillard Radiance, you as SNY Armored Lifestealer should be stronger.
His middle tower is under attack.
So
Yeah, we've got the blink now at the ready for our Earthshaker. 600, nearly 700 in the bank for the shard, so they're almost ready to hold high ground basically infinitely. As Astral, he's hunting for Celebrity. He knows that he's going to be able to get a bunch of free kills. Celebrity is just building as a core as well. So, again, a little bit greedy here. He's going to go for the Witch's Blade.
Not the biggest fan of the Witch Blade, right? I mean, the Orchid is always useful, because...
Yeah.
But with Witch Blade, you're now going to full core damage. Which, with your lineup, working a tri-core lineup is not impossible. But wouldn't mind if the NP went someone in between, somewhere hybrid, between utility and full. I don't think Witch Blade that great this game. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Silent stop.
Yeah,
they do stop the SF.
They're
There's
fighting
your team
into the
fight.
Ags.
Oh, that's a
Void.
good soulbind. A bit too late though, unfortunately. And now they have no follow-up. DSA, he's being body blocked by Celebrity. Like, you go this way, Celebrity.
Go? No, there's no point. No follow-up. They're crumbling one by one.
It's really easy for them to take these kills. They're taking advantage of their superior team fight, and I don't think AP has really a plan to deal with it.
No, unfortunately, I don't believe they scouted Desperate's Aghanim Scepter, so SF walks in expecting to get a big old Requiem to start off the fight and set up for the Earthshaker to follow up, but he doesn't get a chance to cast a single spell. So he dies basically instantly. He can't wait to get this BKB. He's only 600 gold away. The problem is, Alvaro, when he does get this BKB, Wraith King's going to be finished farming up his Radiance here. So it's going to be another big item that they'll be fighting into. So, I mean, so far you do have this tri-core, but right now they're all just kind of crumbling one by one.
I got a question. The tri-core is really the best option here for... If you start losing map control super early and you go for a tri-core lineup, one of your cores is inadvertently going to get fall behind.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the MP right now. And you go, okay, MP, if you fall behind, shouldn't you be going for really... You should be going for really impactful items that are cheaper. So we're thinking of things like Solar Crest, we're thinking of things Crimson Guard that Sepp loves. The Shard is a good idea as well. The Axe is not crazy this game. These kind of items are cheaper and give you a bigger impact than sales. It's just more damage.
Oh, he swashbuckles right into his death, basically perma-stun there, as they're going to give the kill to DSA's Phantom.
That's also the reveal, right? And now you go for Shard.
On the Earthshaker?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe so. I think they definitely saw him in the river because he was running around here.
Yeah, I mean, like the
fights.
first usage, that's why I said reveal.
Sure, sure.
The first proper usage of the blink death, so I think they should know. And now we're going for Shard.
Yeah, I like this. They can go for Roche here as well, pretty easily.
Oh, one of the advantages actually, when you swap lanes and you force them to be, you know, your dead lane is the bottom lane now, right? So you go, okay, well, since this is our good lane now, we might as well have Roshan control.
They look like they want to contest this. They will. Astral with the hook shot and the fissure is pretty good into a big old illuminate. Popping the BKB is going to be Laurel's Force Major trying to hold back Krelad. He might just burn down to the Radiance. Roshan falling as well as Desperate, able to get the kill onto the backlines. Requiem of Souls now to ensure that Laurel. No one's picked up the Aegis. Aegis still on deck. Celebrity finally goes back. Frank, he's going to lose his life though, as also falling is going to be noticed. And well, Celebrity, I think he's going to have to take another appearance here and end up dying a second time, as even without the Pango, or rather he shows up towards the tail end of the fight. VP.P, they kind of just end up panicking and don't really string together much of a defense.
Not a great... I thought the Clockwork was screwed. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah, great.
You got them,
3v5, right?
Yeah, exactly. But nope. They ended up... Like, the team fight for in the early game from Puckchamp just seems superior, and because I guess the NP only went for an Orchid, I mean, you do not really get that farmed anymore, then you don't really have any supplementary team fight for your team. You're kind of relying on your Earthshaker, but his position wasn't great there. Earthshaker also kind of shard, so he has the complete total team fight. But it kind of sucks as well for the 4. Like, how is it that your 4 is the only real source of a team fight you have? as long as SF can't initiate on the enemy team.
I think the issue this game, well, I don't really like the Orchid's fine for the solo pickoffs and the kills that they're going. He is now going back to the Medallion Solar Crest as you recommended here after the Shard now.
That's the right play.
But the issue is like who is impactful to hit with your Orchid this game? Void Spirit's like realistically the only one you're gonna catch. Maybe. Astral here is gonna experience the Imba, that is Earthshaker's Shard. He might end up falling here. Laurel uses his 9-second BKB charge for this. Melis, he's going to roll around a little bit more. They're going to look to counter-initiate as Astro will buy back. Laurel getting hit in the rear. Force Major just barely dodging that one. As now Laurel in trouble. They're going to jump right onto him. Desperate with a free kill. Hookshot's going to miss. Force Major trying to keep them at bay with the fissure. Will not be able to do so, and that's going to be Laurel dead for 45. So he didn't die in that Roche fight, but he'll fall now. And this BKB already down to 8 seconds, less than 23 minutes into the...
It sucks a fair amount. Laurel is why SF has not been picked as per usual, right? Like, even though I don't think he's the weakest dispatch, he got a lot of buffs to increase his consistency. He's still a hero that if you don't get the snowball off, you feel very weak. And if you don't have a solid win condition, I think SF works better now in forward to 1 lineups where you can play complete utility core than in tri-core lineups when you can't really rely on your carry to deal the damage. Because when you start to fall behind, you can't get your Requiem off or whatever it is, right? You go, who picks up the slack? And in this game, is Lifestealer really the best hero to do that? No, like he's okay.
With the Basher, he's a better candidate, wouldn't you say?
I mean, he's okay, right? But he's not a Spectre, he's not a Wraith King, he's not a BAM,
No,
he's not
definitely.
the kind of hero.
I agree.
And so what ends up happening is that you have an like okay carry, but your SF still needs to catch up to him and be some sort of utility there. And unfortunately, not really the game for it. It's also a pretty bad game for SF though. Hookshot to cancel your Requiem.
Yeah.
The Pango is just perpetually canceling your Requiem. Until you get BKB this game, Requiem is not coming out. And even when you get BKB, it's
I like the way you say that word. You just come, you see a U in the word and you go, absolutely not. I'm not pronouncing you.
Why would I pronounce it?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You just ignore it.
What would you think it's Requiem?
Requiem of Souls, yeah.
No way.
Like
dude.
Requiem for a Dream. Oh, Echo
It's
Slam.
Requiem.
Melis in trouble. He's gonna die.
Is under attack.
There's no way. You had mispronounced words that much, Rich. Americans can't own French. You tried.
We did.
French were your allies. But the British tried so many times.
Well, of course. Of course.
It's like a perpetual
So did the
war.
Spanish. You guys had a couple of tussles.
Not, but they teach me in school though.
Well, that's fair enough.
Everything we've done,
Everyone
we've
with
won.
you were best friends, except for that Armada. Desperate, jumping on in though, as he's a one-man Armada. Look at the damage already on the Laurel. Looking to force that BKB, but they've already gotten the kill onto the Earthshaker. Notice he's going to be jumping straight onto Astral. Celebrity's going to help out as well, but they actually get a hook shot off. That's going to allow Krelop then to jump right in onto Celebrity. He's not going to get a single spell off, as he's just going to die. Requiem is going to be dodged now by Desperate. BKB already expired for Laurel. It's the second Astral step will secure his fate. 3 dead already for VP.P. Notice jumping in, trying to get anything they can. Desperate, though, is going to be freed of the Phantom by the Glimmer Cape of Ducalis. And it looks like now Notice just needs to run for his life. Unfortunately, the team fight's already fallen apart.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They're going to try to take the tower down bottom now because Puckchamp sees the opportunity after winning this easy team fight. It doesn't seem like VP have a chance, honestly. Game, they don't really have a force multiplier to be able to bring them back into this game too much, or like this huge team fight spell, or, you know, even a combo that could work. Perhaps the Earthshaker.
I agree with the combo. That's the thing is it's about ease of execution, right?
Yeah.
Sure, Earthshaker may be able to delay this. We've seen it happen plenty of times. And
I guess you could put Earthshaker within the force multiplier.
But I agree with you. There's no setup for it, right? It's so damn difficult right now because right now it's not like all 5 heroes need to group around and focus Lifestealer because he's simply not that strong at this stage. Wraithkin can easily 1v1 him, and that's an issue because how and where does Force Major counter-initiate here? How do you expect him to do it? That's more of the issue. I agree with you as well. But that's the issue I see here. And for now, Puckchamp, they have no interest in really pushing high ground and forcing themselves into these choke points to give VP.P the opportunity. They just want to extend their lead as much as they can, maybe get this 15, 20k net worth lead, and then go for high ground. We're at that point. I mean, Shaker, what can you expect him to do realistically?
Yeah.
Oh, Echo Slam from Melis, and he's going to be able to escape, although they do have the shard down. Nope. Now he's going to run right back in. He's going to be recalled as down bottom Celebrity looking to escape. Hookshot is not going to cancel him, but they will still get the kill regardless. I believe that was the silence from the Void Spirit to do him in. And now there's no Echo Slam, so Puckchamp, maybe they're going to go for high ground.
Let's see. I think that right now, Puckchamp is not really deterred by anything, so there's not really much point in going high ground without taking Roche first, honestly. Like, maybe you take the last tier 2 up top.
Yeah,
and
fair.
in the mid tier 2, because why, right? You know you have the mid late game anyway. Like, you beat them in their tempo, now it's your tempo.
Oh, Astral. Sorry, Desperate, rather. Up to the high ground for DSA. Good. Fissure actually catches Krelad, who just blinked in, but there's the kill on a 1. Desperate's going to use his VP.P just to show it off. 10 seconds here at Magic Community with a little avatar swirling around him. They do want to go for high ground. Well, for now, they're going to back off. Or are they? Oh, good Force. Force Staff so good against
this. Or will they?
Or will they? They will. Force Staff really good against this Earthshaker shard, by the way. If you're a support player and you get counterpicked by an Earthshaker and you don't get the opportunity to pick Rubik and say no you, build a Force Staff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, because you say no you and then you hit him with an even longer fissure.
Yeah. And then also you start using Fate Bolt.
And then you Fate Bolt Telekinesis and steal another spell and you have 3 Aftershocks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Earthshaker's like, oh, this is why people don't like playing against me.
And then he's like, you should nerf that, Val. All right, tier 3 times here for the neutrals. Titan Sliver for Noticed, as they are going to scan Roche. It's a bit early, unfortunately. They've mistimed it. It's not possible to respawn for another 35 seconds. I can't blame them, because if you recall back to our last Roche fight, it was pretty hectic here for the side of VP.P, having lost 4 heroes and almost forgotten to take the Aegis. They nearly left it on the ground. Luckily, Celebrity was... you know, he had his nose to the grindstone. He was paying attention there. He picked it up. Only to die, of course, but still well worth it. As long as it's not into the hands of the Wraith King. Or even worse at this stage, probably Desperate. Oh, he's going to be so, like, he's not going to give a damn if he picks up an Aegis. And they even just walk right into Notice. Hookshot as well. No chance to get off the Rage. Fissure is good from Force Major. It might save his life. They're rolling towards him. Krelad with the blink and a big old crit. 824 damage thanks to the minus armor of the lucky shot. My goodness.
Chance. No chance at all. Honestly, this game looks pretty bad for VP. I don't know how they can recover this at all unless Ursher gets the biggest initiation of his life. And even then, the difficulty as well is what you mentioned, that even if you get a good initiation against Wraith King, Pango, Void Spirit, they have so much contingency plan, so much counter initiation. They're not even going to wait for the Roshan.
No.
Which I think it's kind of justified. You're destroying them.
Why not? If you get a buyback here out from the Lifestealer, put him even further behind his next item. He's hoping for a BKB. That might help, but if he had a BKB in that top gank, it wouldn't have helped him a bit. He was just CC'd to death. He needs some help from his supports here this game, frankly, and I guess maybe the Earthshaker you pick for the counter initiation, but the Grimstroke, unfortunately, not really doing a lot of work this game.
And the Coddle adds a bunch to the pressure as well, because you never pretty much can get rid of the Wraith King, because you just get TP back and be recalled. So even if he already has the 2 lives, third one essentially from just the constant healing he's getting, right? Leave Ceremonial Roll for Pango, because why not?
Yep, they're doing our favorite trick, locking the Aeon Disc. Will we see that Aeon Disc unlocked? We casted a game where it wasn't. Celebrity's been scouted, hoping to TP away. He's like, no, I've got no chance. He's going to try and get the last hits, but they're not even going to let him. And there's going to be a pause.
Lag.
As Desperate is going to disconnect.
This is what happens to me in my pubs in SEA. You know, where the enemy team will pause when they're winning. And they'll be like... lag. Guys,
yeah.
I can't reconnect.
That does happen sometimes in C.
I mean, sometimes. Every game for me.
Sometimes the servers are a bit rough, especially for those 5 a.m. pubs.
No. Every single pub. Whatever team is winning will have lag. Okay, and they'll pause the game. Do not tell me you don't have this experience in C. Don't try to sell to our viewers that we're better off.
I may or may not. It quite depends, I would say, depending on how much I'm...
You know, the problem is Richie's the one that does it. That's why. That's why he doesn't want to admit it.
You know, unfortunately, I don't know. The internet in my room, it's not as good as the internet in yours. It's I don't know what's going on here, honestly. Sometimes it's just, I gotta pause, you know? I get a triple kill online with 1 button because I'm so good at the game, and I just have to pause. I have a little bit of lag. Amazing.
This man only pauses when KDA is positive, though.
Yeah.
His lag only happens when his KDA is positive.
Which is not too frequent, because I tend to get myself killed quite a bit in the lane. For my team, though.
Yeah, but you play support, right? So
yeah,
it's fine.
so,
it's fine.
Celebrity, he's gonna die here as well. We need a minute. 1 minute, Celebrity. Hold on, just wait a minute, okay? And then we'll kill you.
I mean, Celebrity literally canceled his TP. I mean, there wasn't even a point in canceling
No,
the TP.
I mean, he canceled it because he was like, I'm gonna die. I might as well get a couple extra last. If I can get this ancient creep, my life will not have been lost in vain. And you know what? You know what whispered that into his head? It was this mushroom hat. It said, no, cancel the TP. Get the ancient. And he went, you're right. And, well, he's going to get off the orchid as well. Not going to make much of a difference as we even had a bash, and I believe a Maelstrom proc both onto that one there onto our Furion, as Celebrity is going to take his 8th death this game. Smoking out of the base is VP.P. We've got the Echo Slam at the ready, but unfortunately Puckchamp, they've got ambitions for Roche here, who has now respawned and is carrying some... What kind of cheese is this?
What, DeRosa cheese?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm asking. I was in... TI, they always get a Gouda, I think it is.
Do they? I believe you. I mean, I know they do the cheese for the All-Star game. I just have no idea what kind of cheese.
I don't know. I've always wanted to taste it. I was surprised that players didn't want to just fight it.
Well, I think the issue is no one wanted to take a bite out of it after Dendi took like a 1/5 bite out of the whole thing, and that was pre-Corona times.
Yeah, if I get a bit of Dendi's DNA inside of me, maybe my MR will increase. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Players should consider that. So essentially, what happened there is they were already calling Dendi washed up. You know, as a whole insult. They didn't want to get his DNA.
But he just TPs. I don't need Aegis. I've got one built in. It's called my ultimate.
Yeah, right. Why would you build Aegis, or why would you need Aegis on this guy? They build Aegis because I used to play Dota 1. You know, to be a purchasable item.
Yeah, you would just buy it. That's right.
Well, I didn't used to buy it, right? But my carry did. I used to play intelligence heroes. I was always supporting them. That's how it worked in Dota 1. Are you smart? You're too smart to be a carry.
Desperate just looking to cut bottom lanes. Who's this? Force Major's still here. I mean, it's so hopeful to try and get a kill onto this Wraith team, especially with the armlet active. He's just too damn tanky. They're going to relocate him in as Ducalis is going to get the kill onto Laurel. And they're just going to jump onto the SF down to 10 souls now here.
We have a BKB on Lifestealer. Is that really what you need to be able to initiate?
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was like, well, before, you know, the BKB, sometimes I don't think it's even going to help because he couldn't even get the rage off before when he died top lane. And that was 3 minutes ago.
Oh, he got the rage off now.
Well, he did.
Now you have the shard, though, so you have a little more initiation.
On the Shaker?
Yeah, on the Shaker. So now you can hopefully defend high. It's a pretty good shard for defending high ground.
It is.
I just don't know what like the end game of this is, right?
It is a really good lineup for defending high ground. But unfortunately, it's an even better lineup for just running up and ignoring them. I mean, again, with Clockwork, Pango, Desperate as well, right? He doesn't care about Quiffs. It's so difficult. You can see they're just immediately into the base right now. SF doesn't want to buy back. They're waiting for one big fight there as they will proc the Aeon Disc of Melis. Maybe that changes the calculus here a little bit.
Well, you can realistically kill Melis twice because you kind of have to get through his cheese as well. I mean, Nona is just initiating with rage because he can't get close otherwise.
I mean, I guess that's the value of the BKB purchase, right? You can use rage to run up, slap them once or twice, and then run away and still have BKB if they jump after you. I mean, it kind of sucks, again, for VP.P that's the usage of the BKB here on a hero that already has one kind of thin, but what else are you going to do at this stage? No one else can get close to this lineup, otherwise they just get jumped and die.
No, I don't think it's his fault at all.
Of course,
I don't think it's like it's bad itemization on Lifestealer. I think people are very critical when you get BKB on Lifestealer or, for example, on AM.
On AM as well. I like BKB on AM.
Yeah, I mean, you like it because in the games where it's purchasable, it's really good. Like, there's a reason why you buy it. It's like a big win condition. I'm going to say win condition. It's more like just a point of inflection for both, particularly even for Lifestealer. But of course, the difficulty in this game is that, yes, BKB is going to help you fight in team fights, but you also can't really deal with the Wraith team to begin with. Laurel, please don't die. Okay, they go in and they trap the Earthshaker. That's your only team fight.
Okay, so
Requiem of Souls doesn't come out. Now finally the Requiem, but everyone's BKB. So Laurel, now is a useless Requiem, dies immediately. Notice, at least with his BKB, is hoping to kill the Void Spirit. And he's doing a fair amount of damage, but that's only his first life.
Yep,
so that's going to be him running away as they lose the MP in the backlines. They've already lost the SF. Norwich just wants to not die. Force Major had to buy back for this, so he can't die a second time. Good Inkswell saving his life. And that's going to guarantee that VP.P at least don't lose more than 4 heroes. Look, I'm grasping at straws to be an optimist here.
You are right. They did not get team wiped, but Melis, he's looking to now secure that as he's going to dive Creel out. Great job there predicting the fissure. That's going to stop the aftershocks for sure. As he is now desperate, nearly into the fountain he goes as he's going to get the kill. In he goes. They're getting fountain farmed, and they're just going to call it GG. Well played. 26k net worth lead here as Puckchamp. They're just going to exchange some friendly blows here with Notice. And yeah, action will explode. 26k net worth lead. 35 minutes in. Puckchamp, nice draft, nice early game execution, and it really never felt like VP.P had a way back in this one the way Puckchamp was playing it.
I mean, we said it from the start. I think the draft was just team for VP.P. Pretty decent shapeshift usage. This is what your team is made.
Yeah, and I mean, a nice job there, because if they take those stacks, I mean, the early game just about feels impossible here, especially with Midas on the Dusa. Tide now, his farm is going to be slightly hindered by that. He's slightly annoyed now. They did lose a lot of efficiency there, unfortunately, of course, because you have to remember, that's not just time wasted, of course, not being, and gold wasted, of course, not being able to farm and experience. That's time and XP wasted of your supports who spent the time to stack that. That's a, I mean, you know, and compare it to maybe ganking a lane, maybe setting up a ward somewhere else.
No, of course.
I mean, that's a lot of space just lost, unfortunately.
And of course, losing Dusa in that also pretty gold loss really for Dusa. Stacks in general for the. I don't love Celebrity's build, I will say.
Oh, Notice got a little bit too close to the tower. He's very likely to die here, as the tier 1 tower alone is going to be able to kill him.
And so the build by the Brew, going for the crit Cinder Brew, it's not common to see this for this plan to go Ags, because with Ags build, you try to maximize your. So I'm not really sure why he decided to go for the. This build used to be the build before Brewmaster became relevant again, right? The only build that was ever built on Brew was the crit build, where you try to take advantage of your drunken brawler. And it got buffed, so it's a bit more useful to get nowadays. But the Cinder Brew just deals so much more damage, and you're much more useful if you're depending on your promo split. This game you are, because otherwise nobody's beating the Tide. Really don't have an answer to the Tide or the Dusa. Brew is kind of both your answers with the Cyclone.
Yep.
Ags is a necessity for sure, but you need to be able to take advantage of the Brew. That's why I don't love the crit build.
Yeah, Serpent Wards are good this game. You don't split shot off on ward units, right? As I recall, like
What?
Tombstone. You don't split shot off of ward units, if I recall, or do you split shot on everything? Like if you.
Oh, and the Dusa. Oh, you don't split shot to ward unit.
Right. So if your primary. Oh, okay, I see.
So
what
if
you
your
mean.
primary target's a ward unit, you do split shot the creeps around it. Well, the other ward.
I understand.
Yeah, so you don't clear snake. Well, I mean, you clear snakes like a 4.
Yep.
This is an equal game with Dota. Everyone clears snakes the same way.
Yeah,
Tide is going first item satanic. Yes, yes, please.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness.
That is for a one
I have
button
never
full
seen
heal.
this.
I think we have actually.
First item?
Yeah. I think we have. I'm trying to remember the game. We using the Royal We in the DPC, as Krelat is going to get focused now. Hex, Shackle's coming in. The Earthshakers, sorry, Spirit Make, that's going to be rotating in. He's going to find one to kick away, but Dusa was ruptured the whole time, so that's an easy kill for Notice. As there's the Primal Split, they're looking to hold down Astral. They hit him with the Silence as well. Desperate's here. He's got the Ravage. He's going to use it. He's going to catch 2 heroes now. Well, maybe 1.5 as he catches a couple of the Brewlings. Nice Silence there. The Rolling Boulder as well as the Magnetize on top to secure the kill onto Force Major, as there's going to be the Soulbind. Melis just running down DSA. Has the lasso. Will he use it? He will. In the meantime, Astral just barely able to escape Celebrity, who's now looking to TP out. They were hoping and maybe thinking maybe we should have saved that lasso for the Brewmaster, but he'd be able to escape at the end of the day. Another pretty costly kill. They get the Dusa, but at what cost here, Oppo?
Yeah, could you check Laurel just first? I know what I'm going to say, but like, item, this ability called Shapeshift, off cooldown. You go, Laurel, your team is fighting for their life in the enemy. Can you activate your wolf form, grow some hair, and actually go and help them? My goodness, I cannot believe we saw a whole team fight that lasted that long, and that whole team fight, despite using Primal Split, Laurel was nowhere to be seen.
The Wolves have Cripple now, which severely...
Yeah, reduces Desperate's movement speed, a fair amount of crits for Celebrity. See, no shapeshift here. You're waiting for the Coddle now. It's being used. The objective is for the Coddle, I guess. From already using the Tide. They're going for Astral first. Astral will die to the units. They're trying to save the Brewmaster. Now he's stuck. Tide has no Ravage. The Shackles barely last on him, but the Rupture will finish him off. And Celebrity is barely surviving this. A dive by Puckchamp might be ill-advised. They're trying to hunt the Vampire down. He's up in the high ground. They see him with Stroke of Fate. Lycan going crazy, smelling him out, trying to get his blood. And it seems like the Bloodseeker will end up collecting the sample, as the Ghost will guarantee last bit of thirst needed. Bloodright will guarantee the kill here for Notice. And that's yet another win. VP.P.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing these team fights well, but you're still losing in net worth because Notice is not getting any space to farm.
Yeah, I mean, I half of me wants to say, okay, Puckchamp, you're having fun and all. This is okay. Maybe it's time to play a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
But then part of me goes, yeah, sure, but the Deuce is just free farming this entire time.
I mean, I think they're fine.
I agree.
I don't think VP is winning this by any means.
No,
That's
not
why
at all.
I'm saying don't take a team fight when Shapeshift and Necronomicon is not up. And if it is up, use it, right? Like, don't take these half-ass team fights because you're not in a position to be boarded. Lycan is kind of well farmed, so kudos to him. A Bloodseeker is really behind. And the sole reason you pick this hero is to farm. Like, he is such a good farmer with Blood Rage plus melee. You cannot be out-farmed by the enemy carry, and you can certainly not be out-farmed by the enemy off-laner, bro.
Or the enemy mid laner. Well, I guess that's kind of normal for this stage.
Yeah, because it's a tie.
That's for it. They're going to go for Celebrity. He's got the Primal Split, but can't use it because he's silenced. Is he going to have to be forced to use it? Another stun incoming. Here comes Melis. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to.
Okay, you know what? I think this is the right play. It's too valuable to waste it, and you need to use Shapeshift and the Primal Split in combination to really turn this around. So, you know, fair enough. You're the only hero that can deal with Tide and Dusa. You have so much to do, and I think Celebrity's been playing a pretty good game in general, so not much.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He's even pushing out the dead lane there.
Yeah, just gets caught out farming, and, well, unfortunately, he, like you said, he can't afford to be using that ulti like that. He just has to kind of take his death, take his lumps, and that's that. VP.P queued up here for our Bloodseeker. Pretty standard, like, this sort of, like, try-item build, phase boots or power, you know, choice of boots besides boots of travel, into Maelstrom, into VP.P is just, like, your standard, like, I don't know, standard issue sort of core build. You know, you see it on the, you see it on the Jug as well, right? Who else? You see it on sometimes on Monkey King.
It is one of the best.
You're right.
Oh, I love this hero.
You're right. I know you love the hero. I'm just saying. I think it's standard, and it's standard for a reason because it's good. But I think it's just really standard.
It's good because it's dual fight, or you can farm with this build. Of course, that's synergy.
Okay, good. They're gonna get Krelot out just in the nick of time.
Well, Krelot got himself.
Yes.
Celebrity though. Hunting, the wolf is scouting.
The wolf is scouting. Here's Ducalis.
And you're like,
do they want to fight here? Oh, in the meantime, they've caught Astral. He's going to get off the silence,
How
though.
did he get that off?
I do not know. They are going to go for the Soulbind now onto 2. Boulder is hurl, and it's only going to connect onto the Deuce. However, back onto the back lines is Astral. Get the big old magnetize here onto a couple of heroes. They're going to lift the Tide Hunter, but yeah, this fight's not going so well anymore here. Laurel getting a quick D-ward on the way out as, I'm looking for our Earth Brewing, and there he is, now in Panda form. Force Major and the supports, I believe they're going to be left behind here, Avo. Nice slow onto 2. The Inkswell not going to do much to save their lives as the big ol' Illuminate Blast out from old man Ducalis is going to be able to pick up the kill there onto both support.
Feels like they went from not committing at all to overcommitting.
Oh.
And that's their plan.
This is going to be a kill.
They have a last kill. Yep. Some Jet Silence as well. Well, let's see if it is a kill. There aren't any more. Oh, he has no split. Never mind. Yeah, he just used it. So they know his Celebrity is freebie.
Yep.
Unless the Bloodseeker comes to save him. In fact, Astral might just die to Celebrity. There's the damage from Bloodseeker. He finally reaches peak. He wants to go for Melis. He has way too much damage, Melis. He cannot combat him anymore. He has to try and turn him around. The turn rate is the biggest issue here for Bloodseeker. He's still really fast against Melis.
Oh.
Hex comes up. That's a really long range Hex.
Should be
Blood rate to deter him from going forward. Instead, Melis will just fly over the
Nice.
cliff with his last bit of Firefly.
Oh, they lost the thirst as well.
Notice, though, is committing to this. They don't see him any longer, which means he can now bait them out, and notice, not be able to catch up to him.
Nice little usage of the voice lines there. Yeah, nice job. And again, I mean, just recapping the last 1 minute. Once again, they invade the triangle. They're making these correct plays, but Puckchamp, they're just kind of anticipating it. They get the Dusa out in time. They turn, and they burn 2 big ultis, right? Primal Split as well as the Shapeshift. And again, VP.P, they don't get much out. In fact, they lose 2 supports out of that.
Yep.
It was, they get 1 back at the end, right? But
they get some farm on Bloodseeker in the end, which is not the worst, right? Your supports are meant to die. You just need to create.
I agree, but the issue is that, as we've seen before, even though I think actually the Bloodseeker won that matchup versus the Dusa, because it was RDO Dusa with bait, right?
Yeah.
I think we saw this matchup. It was really bad, though, for Bloodseeker versus Dusa. So,
I think it's his hardest counter
yeah, so he is farming.
in the core department.
He is farming, but also so is the Dusa, and the Dusa's easily out farming him as well, naturally because of split shot, but of course because of first item hand of Midas. They have caught 1 though. Oh, they're gonna be able to get a silence. Nice job there. Astral instead, he's gonna be in the middle of this Serpent Ward prison, but they're looking to counter initiate. Desperate, he's gonna pop the Ravage. He has it, but noticed a bit too fast. He's out of there already. They did get the kill onto Melis, and in comes Krelot as well. Laurel, the wolf runs, and he's very fast, and I think he's gonna be able to outrun just about everyone here.
Now with Satanic, there's no way you're killing Desperate unless he walks into it like this. Alright, they have the shackles ready, no need to use them. Because they know Desperate's going to dispel them anyway, so you might as well just not waste them. Snakes are really the only way to control them, Snakes and Cyclone.
Yeah, snakes are really great against the
It's the
Tidehunter.
S and C.
Yeah, you're right. You do not split shot off of the ward units.
Well, not two.
So if there was like a creep right here, she would
Theoretically,
split.
you should be able to. It's like buildings. They work.
Okay.
Where you don't split shot to building. Sorry, you do split shot to.
Yeah, because buildings aren't ward units, right?
I'm pretty certain because I've seen him like.
Really?
Sorry. Tombstone. Hit the tombstone.
Hits the primary. Okay, that's what I thought. That's how I thought you had to play that. Yeah, because I don't know. Ward units are really weird. Oh, they call it the shaman. Speaking of ward units, he's like a living ward when he doesn't have his wards.
Genuinely, I think it's fine for. You're just desperately trying to get. Which is recovering decent.
Good look for a kill into Melis. It's not out of the...
That's a good Inkswell target. That's
Yeah,
a very good Inkswell. That's bye-bye Melis. That's the power of Lycan. Even if your lane doesn't go too well, you're still good. And Lycan with Bloodseeker, I'm going to say combo in the lightest sense, but it is a combo in the sense that Lycan bursts someone down super quickly. You give Bloodseeker a punch of thirst, and then you have two race guards just going around the map. Impossible to catch up, right? It's
true.
And they can both outrun Ravage Tentacles.
They can, actually. No, you're... theoretically, I mean, it's easier, right, for the Lycan, obviously, but theoretically noticed. I mean, we saw it before in this fight.
It's very easy. I won't say it's that hard, especially with Lycan just murdering a bat rider.
Well, it's easy because you just have to run away. The hard part is getting an enemy to be low enough to get the thirst movement speed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take a look here as we see Desperate pushing the bottom lane. He's going to be going for the Desolator. I love it. He's going for the Tide Washing Machine to build. He's going to try and hit him with the Spin Cycle here for Desperate. And really, right now, he's hitting the bottom tier 2 with the Spin Cycle currently, I think is fair to say. That thing is not going to last a second longer, and it won't. Down it goes. Krelot's farm is continuing to increase at a pace that is kind of scary. Going for S and Y, Dusa, the best stats builder in the game. I'd imagine... I think you just want to hold on to this Dragonlance, and then you're going to want to end up going for the Eye of Scotty here eventually. Again, Dusa is simply the best stats builder in the game. She benefits from all three like no other hero in the game does. In fact, usually the best item to give her is going to be the People's Gift, unfortunately, or fortunately if you're a VP.P fan. Oh, they have spawned one. This really should go to the... Oh, sorry. This should go to the Dusa. I understand the case of giving this one as well. We got some... to the Bat Rider, just to increase his HP to a nice, cool, and crisp 2,000. But I think it's just a much better item suited here for the... because you can essentially think of the 13 strength, of course, as strength, but also the intelligence, which then further gets improved into effective HP. So it's pretty damn good. In any case... A quick unpause here. We're going for the AC next on Lycan. He's pretty damn close to it as already. And then into the Wolf Bite. So he kind of recognizes that versus the Tide Hunter, he's not really had the early game impact that he was hoping to have, as they will be able to find Malice into the trees. They can commit Serpent Wards for this as well. They should have this kill pretty easily, though, especially, yeah, Inkswell stunned to follow up. Malice is dead. Just making sure that they can make any 4v5 fight. You know, it's all about the numbers advantage when you are behind by only 6k. Not the biggest deficit here to be behind, but probably not ideal, as Desperate's going to show off his brand new shiny Desolator, minus armor for 7 seconds, along with the Satanic. Guess the hero, Eastern European Dota edition, guys. You take a screenshot of this, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I say that's a PA. Maybe that's a troll. I don't know. It's a really weird build, isn't it? But Desperate's making it work, and he's even got himself a Dragon Scale for that extra little damage. So he's going to be hoping for level 25 ASAP. Going for the Gush minus armor. That's going to be a lot of minus armor. That minus 6, minus 7, minus 13, minus another 4. Minus 17 armor is, well, a lot. Gonna smoke up and look for a fight. No Blink Dagger, so this Tide is not playing the initiation game or the counter initiation game, though. It's the one moment of concern I have. They've scouted Notice, though. Looks like the team is going to be ramping around and hoping for the kill onto him. He's got a 10-second BKB, so they're going to have to be really quick, as Notice, he might know something's up. Hero's missing off the map, as they will scout him farming. The stun is going to miss. Notice looking to turn onto someone, but 10-second BKB for that, you're pretty happy. Notice he kind of has to do that, though, just to make sure he doesn't end up taking a death here, because death at this stage is going to be extremely costly for the side of VP.P. Deuce are going into the Butterfly next, so just wanting to go for the evasion and attack speed. Eye of Scotty, though, is always super useful to have here versus the Bloodseeker. For the slow as well as for the lifesteal heal. What's this? Who is this? Celebrity running for his life versus Desperate, getting chunked by all the minus armor they have. My goodness. Is no joke, but he does have himself now the Aghanim Scepter, so this is going to give you a second charge, and it also allows you to manually choose, to manually end the Primal Split and manually choose which hero that you come back to. Normally you always come back to the Earth Bruling or the Fire and then Storm if they're dead, but with this you can manually choose to end it and then bring it back here whenever you... So that gives you a lot of utility on this one. We have a Shaman Guard. We do have the Shaman Shard as well. So this is going to really help out the Shackles cast range. This is a bug, I imagine, with Aether and... Like, the cast range has got to be way bigger than this. I don't think that's quite correct. They will drop Serpent Wards in the mid lane, though. That'll force the Fortify out. On the high ground, our Puckchamp here looking to cut a mid wave if they can see it. Desperate in the trees here. And get off a really good Ravage here as in comes Laurel. He might just about pop it. They're looking for the quick kill onto Ducalis. That's just about as easy as they come. We also hear a lasso onto the back lines. That's going to be for Force Major, but he's looking to turn now. He's going to tick down, however, to the Firefly as Melis is going to be hit by the Rupture, but he's safely onto the high ground now. Boulder hurled onto the Earth Spirit as he says, how can the Earth betray me? Krila in the middle of 4 as there's a lift onto the Tidehunter. He might come down with a big old Ravage here, but he might not get the chance as there's a Celebrity, has another Primal Split ready to use if he wants to. For now, he's mana as well as they've lost 2 heroes already in this engagement. Melis pops his BKB here. There's the Ravage. It'll catch only 1, though, and that's going to be onto Celebrity. That's going to stop his second ulti from coming out as DSA with the Soulbind will continue to push him away. A long fight, and Puckchamp are going to be able to come out slightly better for it here. Kind of even. They do lose the tier 1 tower.
I'd say slightly better for VP.P just because of the situation in the draft right now, right? Because the Brewmaster I think is much more core than the Bat Rider, was hoping to get more farm. So I think it's a better trade to take Bat for Brew. Particularly because Bat was a bit more farmed as well.
Yeah,
the tower also matters a lot.
The issue is they forced out the 10-second BKB for nothing out the Bloodseeker.
That is true. The 10-second BKB is pretty bad. Especially because Bloodseeker kind of relies on longer BKBs. No, this is a good fight. Laurel, please get away. Rolling Boulder, Astral.
Oh,
Okay, misses both. Really good Shackles. That's a good usage of the Shard there by Force Major. It's okay if you die there, honestly. Otherwise, it was with Laurel or you. But don't continue fighting this, you madmen.
It looks like
they have the
want
high
him.
ground.
Celebrity's here. Could go for it here. Again, he does have another Primal Split ready to use. We don't have another Lasso for 30. Right now, Puckchamp, they seem to just want to try and focus for Roche. Ravage as well used in that engagement.
I love this Tides build. Every time you just click on it.
Oh, minus I think 14 armor, 15 armor I think right now. Oh,
Dude,
he's not yet.
He's right-clicking Tide, dude.
He's not yet gotten the talent, but he does have level 3 Ravage at the very least.
I'm hoping to give him all the tokens of experience as the game progresses. They're gonna lose DSA. Not a big deal though. Honestly, losing him as long as he's protecting Roshan is pretty decent. You are Radiant. You have a Roshan advantage just by nature of the triangle being next to it, which means that you should be able to take a... As long as you just delay this, Puckchamp will never feel super comfortable taking that Roshan.
They feel comfortable now.
Well, yeah, because you showed the bottom.
They show plenty of heroes down bottom, and that's going to then be Roche focused here. Freelot has got the full Butterfly now completed. Doesn't want to go for Scotty this game.
No, he does not. It seems like... I think it's Scotty this game. Against a Bloodseeker, I guess it'd still be useful, right?
Yeah.
But I can see the Butterfly being much better, particularly against Lycan, who can't get MKB on his unit, right? And you're not gonna get Bloodthorn or anything. And Bloodseeker is a really good MKB carrier, but as we mentioned before, Bloodseeker sucks against Dusa.
Yep.
So your real counter to Dusa is Lycan, but Lycan doesn't want to do that. Lycan, by the way, is going for an axe.
Oh, Astral, they get good vision here on a Celebrity. They're going to look for more, as in he goes, immediately gets hexed up. There's Desperate, though, with the Blink Dagger now. He's got Ravage in 5 seconds, but Astral is going to die. Krelot as well here on his first life. Has got the Mana Shield right back on. Ducalis looking to try and stay alive. Desperate now with the Ravage at the ready, as Laurel is looking to run, but yeah, Cyclone number 2. And there's Notice looking for a fight. He's going to drop, I believe, the Rupture onto Melis. That'll keep him inside the Blood Right. Ulti gets forced out. That's a Screaming Chicken. Get away from that one. Celebrity, of course, with the axe has got a lot of flexibility, so doesn't really care.
The last Cyclone.
Cyclone there just at the last second. Once again up into the air goes Desperate. He's going to come back into the Soulbind and the 2-man silence. Melis, the Rupture's ended, though. He's kind of kited around Notice. He does have his BKB here, 9-second duration, but he's completely out of mana. It's a little bit dicey as we do have this lasso. BKB will get forced. He has to just run for his life.
It is actually impressive. I'm not going to lie, though. Puckchamp, really, really good job. But VP.P is playing this team. They play like these haphazard engagements, taking advantage of their great single target stuns, particularly Shackles and Cyclone. Cyclone not a stun, but you get the point. Sable, right, of some sort. And then you're essentially not letting them have the consistent team want. They've never been able to get like a real Ravage into Stonegaze kind of combo. Because you've been just destabilizing them the whole... I like the Lycan is not going for the Axe. I think the BK is much more necessary. And Bloodseeker is also going to be thinking Shard and MKB. Perfect, dude. Finally, a game where Bloodseeker is considered a genuine Shard early. You're up against a Tidehunter so strong against... That's a... How much HP does he have right now? Almost 3k, let's say. Getting a 60 damage hit heal. Single one of you.
Nope, not bad.
That's not bad at all. Pure damage?
Pure damage versus the Kraken Shell is pretty tasty, I would say. So Force Major continuing to just push. He's going to be looking for his Blink Dagger. DSA could be in trouble, but oh, whoa, they jump right in after. Desperate, perfect timing there, right after it procs. Melis was looking for a lasso, noticed a little bit too far away, though. And Krelat will pop the BKB, forcing out the Fortify. Tier 2, in the meantime, is going to drop. But Puckchamp here will not give up the siege. Hex from long range out from Force Major. He's going to have enough money for Blink Dagger. It does need the buyback because they have located one. There's going to be a beautiful Ravage now on top. Krelat. He's going to get off the Stone Gaze. But notice on the BKB, just running for his life. Celebrity gets silenced up, so he cannot look to counter-initiate here. They've only lost the support out for this one. As Astral now will be hit by the Rupture. He's going to roll himself pretty far. That's going to hurt. Lots of move speed now, courtesy of Thirst over to Bloodseeker, but he's all the way back in the fountain, and the Tier 3 tower will eventually go down.
Okay, Brax will start to fall here. They need to protect us somehow. They don't want to lose the Mailerbacks this early. I didn't go for the Deuce of Celebrity. It's initiation. They do leave the Tide behind, but the Lycan is crazy. He wants to go for Astro, and he does guarantee that kill. A Cyclone control the Lycan, which means the Deuce is down on mana. There's no Stone Gaze available. She's going to lose her first life.
She died to Last Will there on the Necrobook.
Well, which is fine, I guess. It's still your Aegis, right? Yeah. So you might as well do something with your last bits of life. They do murder Melis. Now that we have a Basher on the Lycan, pretty useful. Desperate, no Ravage. Oh no, be careful. Those Shackles still pretty powerful. Hex immediately dispelled, but the damage of the Bloodseeker is too high. They destroy Desperate.
Satanic? He didn't want to use a Satanic there on the Anchor Smash, which is a bit of a questionable play.
It was a bit difficult because he kept getting stunned and stunned and stunned, right? So I don't know if he had the chance to do Satanic plus Anchor Smash.
He got an Anchor Smash off. Items are instant cast. All I'm saying is...
Let me grasp at my straws!
He went first item Satanic, and I've not really seen him use it in a fight to heal himself up.
I have not, but he might not know there's an Anchor.
Maybe that's the case. Maybe
Wait, actually, do I have an Anchor?
Yeah, Holy Rage, of course.
I doubted myself. Cost mana?
Was it?
Is that...
Nope.
Oh no. Just doubted myself. I haven't seen this item competitive in so long. I don't know, dude. Okay, you didn't feel like unholy raging. He's a.
They got rid of the status resist that you used to have. That's why
I know that's why it got.
I know that's why you're probably thinking that it's maybe
item.
Yeah, more things got changed on it. But no, I mean it still has the active. 300% lifesteal or some shit is pretty good.
I was just checking. Could have sworn the active used to cost mana. It's been a couple times.
Maybe it did. I don't know.
I'm sorry guys about that. Again,
to be honest, it's never an item I've used to build. So
I'm just I'm just looking at competitive stats, but like since I haven't seen this item forever, that's interesting. I'm just trying to justify a Tide's play. I think he was dead anyway, so you might as well just...
Top tower is under attack.
Don't know, dude. He's a pro player. I'm not risking a tweet from Loda, dude. I'm not...
I mean, you're right. I get it, but I haven't seen him use Satanic.
No, we haven't really seen... I mean, the Tide has been getting crushed by the Lycan in the mid. You know what I really think he should have bought by the...
Yep, I agree.
It's a really cheap item. Anchor Smash is pretty much the source of your damage right now. It adds damage to the Anchor Smash, meaning you can hero creeps like... Shard on Bad Rider is fine this game, but Shard on Tide genuinely feels like viable because you...
They're going to smoke up and fight. They've got the Ravage at the ready, but it looks like VP.P are gearing up to just about do the same. Either that or they're just having a meeting with the range or with the neutrals. Laurel, he's going to show his wolves in the mid lane. Those are fresh as they will deny that rune. There's going to be Desperate with the jump in. He's going to catch 4. Malice with the follow-up as well. BKB, there's going to be the lasso now onto the Lycan. In the meantime, they've already lost to Kalis as they're going to fight for more. Laurel now down for the count. Make that Force Major already dead as the Rupture will connect onto the Earth Spirit. He's down for the count, being able to TP out just in the nick of time as the Grimstroke Celebrity may not be as lucky. He's going to end that ulti manually. Look to now try and fight in TP, but they've got plenty of damage for it. Melis.
No!
Melis, why were you TPing? Where were you going?
Oh no, he messed up. I mean, he didn't have a way to cancel out TP, but they could have had a bit more damage. They also canceled the second Anchor Smash cast there, which was weird. Okay, they gave Brewmaster a freebie. That was nice for VP. Still though, VP, wrong choice to fight there. Once you're like a dies, you don't really want to fight anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on his damage.
It was a great initiation.
Oh my goodness. Lord. Washing machine, hello, unless he dies. No way. No, it's way too much damage for the Tide. He can no longer tank. The second time we see Desperate commit a similar blunder in this exact same position.
He activated Satanic, but then hit the Phantom. You don't lifesteal off the Phantom. That's what really happened. Look, so Satanic on cooldown. He activated.
He was trying to get the Anchor Smash off.
He wanted. I know he wanted to get the Anchor Smash off, but Phantom is a hard counter to the Tide Hunter.
Does Bloodseeker have Shard already, or just that?
He does have shard. No, he doesn't. It's just not
it's
even
not even
MKB.
MKB.
It's
Wow.
just mouse. I mean, he just went way too deep there.
I mean,
to be
even
honest.
got hit by Anchor Smash though. There. That's pretty impressive that you still dealt that much damage. Once you get shard, bye-bye died, dude. There's no way he survived. He went for, I'm assuming MKB first.
The
though.
Dusa is still a problem, though, of course.
Well, that's why you buy the MKB.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but
we go.
that's
I don't know, dude. I'm thinking people really underestimate the Bloodseeker late. I mean, the core-to-core is bad for Bloodseeker. Sure. But with the Lycan helping you out in terms of the damage, and with you having a really solid, pretty much a tri-core lineup, Bloodseeker does not fall off as hard as you guys think. He's not an early game hero. At least not how you play him in competitive, you know. As a carry, it's much more of like a 20 to 30 minute. That's where your peak first starts, and you kind of stay pretty well off until late.
Void Brewing. Here we go.
Pretty bad, by the way.
Get ready.
But against Dusa, it's justified.
Some more micro, some intense micro here out from Celebrity.
Dude, you have an ability that you can use once in your premise point. It is not intense micro, right? It's just...
I mean, you got 4 units to micro now.
You just
That's pretty
charge.
difficult.
When he has no ability, just charge at the... I think the Void Bruling is fine because for 1400 gold, you shouldn't get that, something that great, right? And for the Dusa, the Storm is kind of useful, but the fact that the cooldown is high on the Void Bruling...
Poke on smoke here. Melis is going to break into the mid lane. He's going to jump right in. BKB, he's going to only find one. The Ravage on top, though. It's beautiful. Can they get the kill on Celebrity? No. The Andis is going to save his life. And look at Desperate. He's getting jumped. The Abyssal Blade, he's just dead. Krelot standing his ground and fighting at the very least. But can they go for more? Laura with spider legs on the wolf is absolutely terrifying. That is the stuff of nightmares.
And Celebrity, he stole the second round split if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see. We're gonna go in, Shackles, yeah, that'll silence Astral as well. They should be able to get this kill relatively easily. And they want to continue forward. They're going to go for Krelot. Now, with a Soulbot into the Hex, that's part of the combo. They have a Shackles, double Shackles will work. And that is finally the Soulbot combo they were looking for this whole game. Tukal is a bit too fast than the horse. Even Spider Legs Lycan can't catch up to him, but it's okay because VP.P just took down 4 and are now pushing towers.
That was also Dark Portrait here.
And look at how much push they have, dude. It's absurd. Yeah, Dark Portrait's a big deal, actually.
That is very scary. Yeah, because Dusa right now, she doesn't have a great way of actually killing her own illusion. And that's a serious problem. They don't have buyback. VP.P, this happened to them, didn't it?
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did. They're giving back. This is their own version of karma, but okay, it's not going to happen this time.
I think it will. They know.
Try again?
They know there's no buyback, but the Crimson Guard on
it's going to slow this push a bit.
They doubled it up, though. I think they would have bought themselves a bit more time.
None of this seems to matter. Those towers are falling so quickly. The Kalas versus the world. Earth Spirit is joined back. We do have a rupture, though, if Earth Spirit wants to join in. There's a Hex, Shackles, Force Major, you God! He's stopping the Earth Spirit. There's no stuns in the Scuttle. No Exactates BKB. They're gonna win this. They're gonna take the Ancient. One single team fight, and you come back into the game right as your heroes are about to fall off. Use the last bit of peak power you had, the last point of inflection. What a game, baby.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Brewmaster!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I've never, I mean, I believe you. Draft is live. If you want to finish Itza yeah, if you want to continue Itza and your beatsaing, and then
Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
big or some shit.
That, the pizza. Richie calls it pizza.
It's a pizza.
Richie.
It's a boneless pizza.
It's not liked well by his parents, by his family members, by his friends. Don't be like Richie.
All right, ready to go. 3. Wait, hold on. Let me. 3, 1.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the ESL, to the Eastern European DPC League, created by ESL, the lower division, specifically powered by Intel here, as we continue with our road trip through Europe. Road trip, which someday will...
Oh my goodness, can you just choose a position for your microphone? You make it so difficult. I gotta drive, I gotta balance your levels, it's a whole thing.
I'm sorry that some of us professionals don't like putting that
draft
in front of our chest.
Is that why you started the draft? You started the camera segment with the cable in front of you, and then you move your microphone all the time?
Because a true professional change it as the broadcast.
Well.
That is peak.
Well,
Peak efficiency.
That is the peak efficiency, Ricardo. You see, is I need to teach you.
Believe what I am doing right now.
Well, I can't believe we got a draft. I mean, I can't believe we even have a third game, to be honest. I really thought that Puckchamp had that one in the bag. As it turns out, I mean, we've given the studio talent in Sweden. We've given
Switzerland.
yeah. We've given them a couple of days here of only 2-0s, and today we go no 3-0 or a 3-game series. 2-1 for one team. Puckchamp, they really want this. VP.P, they got to get this one as well to make sure they're safe from relegation. Who will it be? Let's pull into our draft here for game number 3.
Volleyball spell VP.P. Elongate that.
Well, I like it better than Gambit 2.
I mean, it's certainly better because stay with.
Yeah, let me just...
Because VP.P, of course, is short for Virtus Prodigy. Which, yeah, they're the young prodigies. It makes.
Interesting. We actually had a rare pause during the draft. I think we're good to go. That's why the Phoenix particles were all messed up. I thought I had done something, but that only happened. So we're
when
just
they pause from all that.
Yeah. So hopefully everything's good to go here. But yeah, when your drafter disconnects, the game actually will auto pause for you in a draft.
Yeah.
Sometimes the admin needs to get involved, but we've got a very professional administrative team here. They're going to be taken care of. Yep.
Awesome,
Yep.
dude. Brewmaster and Troll Warlord are going to be the first picture. Time they're not even considered the Brewmaster. Oh, maybe we should for it. I think the last performance by Celebrity kind of justifies the first pick Brew, especially because you can nowadays flex it to 5. Husky, but you've seen Viking GG do well. It's they have the option for the Running position 5 if the lane gets countered. If the lane is fine, Running out. And they're really good for VVP's kind of lineups. Right here. They like to go for lineups. I-core lineup where you just kind of run around, but you lack team fight. Master is great for that because Cyclone, you can make the enemy team.
Yeah, the Brewmaster's really good against Puckchamp's playstyle because, like I said, they just throw Creelite on the win condition, and then that's it. So if you can take care of him,
But
just
it's not a
live
hard
through.
win condition. Occasionally he'll play. Oh, sorry, no, my bad.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, no, I would still argue the opposite. Sometimes you have those games, and it's probably similar for Bait, or when they were known as Midas Club, it was probably similar for Midas Club, when they just win the early game, so their mid laner, quote unquote, carries the game.
Yep.
But like, you look at the farm and you look at the items on their safe laner, and you go, oh yeah, if they gave him another 3 minutes of this farm, he would have been like kicking everyone's butt.
Exactly.
Right.
And in the case of VP Prodigy is the complete opposite, where you give Noticed kind of a pseudo win condition, but not the sole win condition all the time, which means he. Then Creelot does, and as we saw last game, that's where the strength comes from VP Prodigy, right? These, of course, are the traditional drafts, but we have also seen Creelot play Troll a lot.
We
We've
are
seen
still
him-
paused, by the way, so I just want to. Oh, he's still disconnected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the internet connection. They literally ask, what should we do? Internet connect drop, seems like. Check if there's. Yeah, they haven't said anything in the admin chat, so we're just gonna wait. Responds. Usually, since this chat is hidden, it takes a bit longer to respond. Hopefully, it just comes back. And
I think new official's gonna realize. Wait a second. Time pause. So we might have a remake, which would be very unfortunate for VP because this opening out from them is great.
Hopefully, it can. Well, if they remake, they should still.
I don't know. I've personally never seen a remake in the middle of a draft. Normally, if it's like, oh, we got the side wrong, insta remake.
I have seen remakes in the middle of the draft, particularly both tournaments. And all right, you have to pick the exact same order of heroes.
Sure. I mean, it makes sense. It seems fair
the
to
only
me.
thing is, of course, we get back the reserve time, so that. But that's what the change makes. But the idea is you pick them even in the same order. Ban. Second.
Again, though, I think this VP.P opening is great. I mean, we've already talked a lot about the Brew. It's one of your favorite heroes. But the Troll versus Phoenix is fantastic. Troll as well. It's hard to really pick an offlaner that shuts him down just because his laning phase is so damn strong. Even if you try and hit him with something like lots of dispels or lots of debuffs rather, he just builds the Ags and he's a happy camper. I mean, he's such a good hero these days, and even better versus the Phoenix. As we're back, make that. And Desperate with the Storm is going to get picked up here.
Okay, pretty good hero against Brew because you can jump on him before else does, and he's right here to
team ban. Radiant team.
Sorry about his
Radiant
Kept fully, but
They banned the Wisp. That's a core Wisp ban, by the way.
Dire
Because
team
Puckchamp loves the
Dire
core
team-
win.
Do.
Which makes sense, because with a Storm, you have a win condition in the mid lane, so Wisp can be much more solid as a pick. You mentioned, yeah, Quilla usually plays a win condition.
Radiant
Play something like
team
Wisp. You
ban.
want something else mid lane that can also help you out. Fall behind.
Yeah, you need that like double power spike.
Exactly.
I will hesitate to call the mid laner the win condition because the way they play around the Wisp, like they still stack for him. He gets priority on everything. He's the one making the moves, and Storm will follow. Because I've seen them run the Storm Wisp before, which
Sure,
is
of
VP.P.
course.
I get what you're saying because the Wisp is like, even if he gets like great lane, he's like level 10.
But if you fall behind, though, you need a secondary win condition you can stack around that you can kind of work
usually
with.
it's GG though when they win the lane, when they lose the lanes either with the core Wisp. I've not seen them
That's
come
true.
back. They've run it like 5 or 6 times already, and when they win the lanes, they tend to win the game. When they lose the lanes, they kind of get stomped, and
Yep.
that's the risk you run when you pick the core Wisp. This time we won't see it. We'll also not see the off lane Mars or mid lane Mars for that matter, or the Wraith King.
Get rid of the Bloodseeker. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Get rid of the Bloodseeker, immediately pick
Yep.
Pango.
Yep.
Pretty solid. Pango's really good against Troll. Pango's also really good against Brewmaster. For similar reason to Storm, right? Storm jumps in, then you Rolling Thunder, and then Brewmaster just perma-stun in the pinball, which is what you should be looking for as Puckchamp. You don't want the Brewmaster back full. And there's not much use for the Master Spell right now. So the Brewmaster's kind of been made a bit obsolete. Pango's also kind of weak against... Sorry. Brew is also kind of weak against Pango, because one of the big assets of Brew is to Cyclone the offlaner. And Pango, you walk in, beep beep, Rolling Thunder, they can't really Cyclone you at that.
Yeah, to a similar note, I don't like the Brew versus the Phoenix so much either because
Brewlings don't hit it.
Brewlings don't hit egg, and also
Well, they do, but it doesn't count.
yeah, it doesn't count. And much like you're saying versus the Pango,
Yeah.
by the time he's already in the team fight, you're not going to be able to get off your primal split and a tornado on a lift onto the Phoenix, which would be ideal,
Cyclone.
right? Cyclone, you know, whatever. Which you're not going to get done unless you're already primal splitted. Then in that case, I would say that's a mistake by the Phoenix's part to be Icarus diving in, because you have 2 ways of slowing him down: hurl boulder as well as the Cyclone, and both of those are extremely effective versus the Phoenix and can all get nuked down. But you still have the Troll versus the Phoenix, so still a good pick there.
Yeah, I do think the Brew probably is going to be flexible. I'd be surprised considering how many. That's 5, he still works out. He's a solid 5. Your laning is really good.
I mean, you're right, but we don't know the lane matchup yet, right? For him, we've got no intel whatsoever.
I mean, what,
So
for Brew?
for Brew's lane.
Oh, for the 3. If you
So-
'cause I'm assuming, yeah, okay. If you run him as a 3, you're
But
you're
it's
right.
fine. You can just pick kind of a flex 4 or 5. There exist many, a Grim, a Shaman. There are so many still in the pool. Just the Nyx is not.
I just don't want him as a core though, so that's why the lane doesn't matter.
The
to me.
Shaker's a good one.
Yeah, Shaker's a good, always useful. Like again, I just want him as a 5 because you're also not seeing any else besides Peg. Biggest dispel. Don't use a dispel.
Oh, you mean the Shield Crash?
Radiant
A Shield Crash
team
doesn't. Rolling Thunder dispel.
Wait, you're talking about the Brewmaster Dispel?
Pangolier
Yeah.
has dispel. Right?
Yeah.
The reason I'm talking about this is because if you play 5 Brew, your main damage source is 6. So
Yeah.
if they don't have any defensive spells, useless
Okay.
against them. So the only dispel you really have a Puckchamp is the Rolling. So that's why pause 5 Brew is
5 seconds.
Puckchamp, they're going to break out another favorite. Ducalos is a master tier Bane. I don't know how you play that many Bane games, but
he's a solid hero.
he's been looking to really break this hero into the meta. He's said he's been unable to find a draft for it to work before, but this one's not bad versus the Troll.
Immediately countered.
Yeah, pretty much. They're probably going to ban, let's see, is there space for, there's absolutely no space for Rubik in a draft, so it's a pretty darn good OD game, and it prevents the counter pick in case you wanted to try and pick it up versus the Troll. It would leave your draft in a really weird space, but
That's your 3 as well, right? You're flexing and potentially in mid, so the bans are hard to guess, but it's most likely Brew
5 seconds.
3.
5 seconds.
And this is not only good against Bane, it's also good against the Pangolier, and they even pretty decent against Phoenix. The Supernova, you can't sword in time. He's also an okay egg hitter on top of Troll, so if Troll has been stunned, then you can hit it from
yeah,
ranged.
it's mostly the Troll, but because OD, right, he hits...
Just for the last finishing touches.
Sure,
right?
yeah, he hits slow, but he hits hard, but against the egg, you just want speed. You don't care about how much
But
damage
you do
you're
also
doing.
want range, though. So when Brewmaster and a Shaker can't hit the egg, OD can off, so it's
Dire team.
not the
Dire
stellar arc
team
hitter. But it's okay as a secondary.
It's
egg.
one. It's an extra hit or two that can make the difference in a fight.
Especially early, this is quite major. Your lane is very strong. Bane is not able to win that lane too easily. And the best thing about OD is that when you pick an Earthshaker, you want someone that's a strong laner, or a laner that can just do well against most matchups, because Earthshaker lane or straight up not be useful, and OD is perfect for that. He's great against most matchups. There are a few heroes that beat him. Drow is a particular standout performer.
Yeah, they do well to pick the OD here as well, because it's good consistent catch either for the Pango, for the Storm, or for the Phoenix out from the Meteor Hammer combo. It's basically instant. It's free. So that's always a nice one to have here for VP.P.
5 seconds remaining.
Pick we've seen a couple times here and there to mixed success, this OD, but in the off lane, I like it the pick a little bit better than I like it in the mid. Just because it's the same build either way, and we'll see where they want to run it. Not a whole lot of damage versus the Storm though, but if you get an Astral onto him, you get so much mana. We'll be happy for that. They are banning mid laners here for Puckchamp. We'll see if they want to ban another mid laner. If they want to try and ban an off laner here. Darkseer, Beastmaster, and the Mars all banned right now.
Another mid. Assuming the OD, I think OD mid is just ban another mid lane. Where they're gonna pick something that's good against Storm. Sorry, or ban something that's good. I keep thinking Lesh, but I guess Lesh is just out of. DP is probably the best.
I was thinking either the DP or the DK. DK would be nice because it gives you an immediate follow-up stun if it goes for the Blink build.
Yeah, but DK is soft.
Dire team pick.
All right, yeah, we've seen this before. Particularly, I think it was VP Prodigy as well.
I do not recall.
Or it was either them or IPG. I'm not sure.
I believe it was in the IPG match.
The one we constantly see is Navi, where we played an Iceberg. I think this pick is pretty solid. You're really tanky. You're better than than DK, because you don't depend on your high armor in the mid game. So Storm still struggles with you in the mid game because your HP still is great. You have a great strength gain. You're great against Storm in general. You're solid against Pango because you can Doom in the middle of Thunder. You get extra initiation. And he's also potential flex. You can still run OD as a 2, and you can run Doom as a 3 if you get hard countered by some. I still think you want to.
Or you pick here.
Need something that's not weak against OD, not weak against.
I'm thinking like something, I don't know, like something with really nice range, because they close the gap okay.
Honestly, Drow is fine.
I was thinking a Drow, yeah, because
Dusa is also kind of good at. The OD is a bit of a hassle.
The OD is a bit of a. Yeah.
But you have a good Dusa. Puckchamp. The problem is like heroes like Lifestealer, Juggernaut, which are decent. Are really can't go for that.
Choose your hero.
All right.
Okay, Morphling against OD, Doom, and I wouldn't say this is the best, but it is the best comfort pick. Good Morphling makes a huge difference in the game. Create a lot of confident in this hero. You can do a lot, whereas other heroes are limited. Like say you pick here a Jug or Lifesteal, you're limited in your matchup against. However good you are, you're still not going to beat that core to core, and notice gets. You pick something like the Drow, for example, you're again limited, and you're depending on a Force Major not initiating properly against you, neither the Brewmaster, right? So Morphling is the hero that gives you the most control over what you can do, but he's also incredibly hard to. I'm not going for Puckchamp this game. I actually think their draft is worse.
Not sure. I'm personally, I'm not too sure here. I think I wouldn't sleep on Ducala's Bane, mostly because he's going to hit you with a Nightmare.
Yeah, but that Bane has also been.
It has, but there's a lot.
Earthshaker, Outworld, Doom.
But like everyone needs to be locked down from Puckchamp, right? Like each one of these heroes alone can have an insane amount of impact in a team, right? And I know that's generally true, but like compared to like a Shaman versus a Bane, like Bane has a lot of priority lockdown. Pango's a very high priority lockdown. Storm Spirit, like they're all like. Who do you commit your lockdown? That's what I'm going to be interested in terms of watching VP in these team fights.
You Doom, Storm Spirit, or Morphling, Pangolier. Save Astral to save. Stop the Fiend. Alternatively, you can save Astral for someone that are thundered, and you have Fissure for Fiend.
But if you use Astral that way, how do you use Meteor Hammer this game? Or if you don't go Meteor Hammer, what do you build on the OD? I just haven't seen any other build on OD that's impactful.
Yeah, you still go Meteor Hammer for the push, and you use it, but. So you don't really care about it. You can use Ags if you really need the double Astral. I mean, you have so many ways, though, of canceling that. I'm not trying to tell you, like, this is exactly how the team fight needs to be played. I'm just telling you they have a lot of lockdown.
It's just, I think it's just going to be messy. It's because it's not really clear. It's all the lockdown you have besides the fissure is not really like the easiest thing to do. I don't know.
Doom is hard to use.
I think Doom is hard to use when you need to close the gap to a Morphling and a Storm, yeah.
I disagree. I think you have a burst damage for the Morphling. Troll, so you don't really Morphling. And the Storm and Pango, you stop that initiate. Late game, sure, Morphling.
Ducalis, you madman! Look at this guy. He doesn't even care. Fissure. It's off the mark, though. He's gonna live.
I mean, I can see the points to Puckchamp's draft, particularly because of their mobility and can make really hectic team fights. And that's good if all the spells on VP.P were area spells. You have a bunch of single makes these kind of
30 seconds.
mobile heroes not so impactful, right? Because you're not looking for the big Meteor Hammer or the big Echo Slam. You're just looking to doom a Morphling or doom a Storm. You need like 16,000 Lincoln. I don't know. I don't see the advantages that you. Because particularly that it's just not something that's like Puckchamp is just countered in what they're trying to do. And I think their strength though does come from maybe the late game match. You have a more solid tool core. Actually, your whole cores are better in like.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see how it plays out. I mean, I see your points. I don't know. I can't help but at some stage, if Puckchamp get a good start to this game, they just kind of keep running at VP.P. And yeah, you've got a couple of different spells to throw at different people to slow them down. I mean, especially if they're running at them, the Earthshaker is going to be amazing. Doom onto a crucial target. Like, I see your points, but I don't know. There's something about me that just makes me want to favor this Puckchamp draft. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I don't think so, though, because we just saw VP.P take that game quite convincingly. Just kind of ran circles around her. Because Puckchamp, they didn't look that good in that last game.
I don't know why you're a biased caster. I just think that the only solution to this is Reddit and move on.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
I don't know. His name is Seek and Strike, guys, in case you appropriately. Say. I think the single target lockdown on PC, though, is pretty solid as well. And they have really... I think actually they have better team fight, which you can... Pango plus the grip. Your late game is better. The question is, what will happen in the mid game? And of course, one of the questions is, the OD has now been picked for a reason. Europe and Europe as much. He's kind of fallen out.
Yeah, they tried him out like week 1 and 2, and then everyone's like, okay, it's kind of just Meteor Hammer.
No, I mean, yeah, the hero is just not that strong because in Europe the team fights are much more. He works best better in China and SCA. There's much more coordination in the team fights. Also, China and SCA, well, sorry, China particularly. The team fights are not only not hectic, so like they have more of a initiation, which allows OD to have more. But also, the enemy team doesn't play as hectically. They don't surprise you as often. So that means that when, for example, you're playing against OG, try getting a Meteor Hammer against OG. You're never going to do that. Like, you're never going to channel 2.5 seconds of your Meteor Hammer against a team like OG, who's going to run you down perpetually. Which is why in Europe, the hero is much... So that's one of the weaknesses I see in this draft. He could be very crushed. He's also very static in lane, which is one of the limitations of this hero. I saw it yesterday on Infamous.
Oh, who played it?
Dire's courier.
Not like who on the team?
Papita. Mariano now. Offlaner. So it was an offlane OD.
Let's shake.
Not because Mariano played a bad game, it's just, you know, the hero is just very limited against certain matches. It's a pretty decent game for an OD. You don't have a... I guess Pango's annoying. Have an Earth Spirit or anything. Bane. Depends how good to call it.
Yeah, the Bane, Storm can be a bit annoying. I mean, it really depends who's caught in their single target lockdown spells or just their single spells. I think that's what really is going to make the biggest difference here. It's I don't know, it just seems kind of hard to do. We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of eager to see how these team fights are going to play out. Hopefully it's a close game and not just a one-sided stomp, so we can see this put to the test, because I've honestly got no clue.
Yeah, because we've been talking about team fights as if both teams have equal tempo or something like that. That's not true, by the way. The tempo on VP is stronger in the early mid game, but for now the lanes are going so well for Puckchamp that they shouldn't be too worried. So as long as the lane's going decently for Puckchamp, they get to an okay mid game, I think they can respond to this.
Yeah, especially mid. I mean, look at Desperate, 21 and 10.
Yeah, why is he dominating the Doom by that much?
I know Doom's got 2 base attack time, but I mean, it makes up for it in damage.
Quelling Blade as well, and you also have Devour. You shouldn't be getting denied. I mean, again, 21, okay, fair enough. You're going to beat the Doom in last hits.
That's fine, yeah.
But the 10 denies is pretty ridiculous. Storm doesn't get extra damage for Overload against denies, right? So that's...
Yep.
or Storm just playing very precisely. You can push him out of lane relatively easily. He is a soft counter to most melee mid laners.
Might be a
and
kill.
we're saying this here.
Yeah.
No? Easy first blood. Laurel is looking a bit desperate in this mid lane.
No. That's Desperate who's looking to kill Laurel.
Well, Laurel is looking a bit desperate as the word.
Ducalis, this madman just turned and fight and you knew he had it.
Yeah, that was the way to play that though. You know, there's no passive. There's no, what is it called?
Aftershock.
Aftershock, thank you. There's no Aftershock on the Earthshaker, so you can play a bit aggressively.
Oh, they do cancel the salve though. That's real annoying.
That's very good.
Now we're out of regen in this top lane actually, so a bit of trouble, especially because we do have this ring of health for the OD prepared. Of course, just straight into the meteor hammer for him. Bottom though, disarmed by the lucky shots, gonna be the Brewmaster. Melo's continuing to fight. Nice job on the swashbuckle. They might even get this kill into noticed. Doesn't look like it. I think we missed one too many attacks with Desperate's here. He wants it with the haste rune, diving the tower. Yep, he's got it.
I like the... So here the troll blind doesn't really work against the once you swashbuckle, so that's part of the reason why they were so secure in that kill. They're dominating this mid game. I mean, it's not what I was expecting at all. I don't think the lanes were particularly great for VP.P, but to this point of domination, particularly from the Storm mid, it's quite surprising to me.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, we don't have enough mana, unfortunately, for Fissure.
This does set up
So
for the
close.
scenario you were talking about, where they run at you, dominate you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I didn't really think the lanes would be that good, to be honest. I can't just claim
I know
to
that.
have
I know that
known.
was not your point at all.
No, I know. I just want to make it clear, but I've got no clue. I'm surprised it's going this well, especially mid lane.
Yeah,
Especially
mid lane is the big destabilizer. Because then Storm goes from being a relatively greedy pick to being quite a solid, you know, early mid game space creator. I mean, you're destroying the
Nice, he's too tanky.
There's no way you kill him. Fair amount of damage though by Desperate. He has Bolt Lightning. He's trying his best. That's a fair amount of damage. Devour has been maxed though, so you have a good amount of reach.
Yeah, they forced the teleport top lane, so that's going to leave OD a little bit more in a bad position. But, I mean, nice creep lane controller. He's going to have the like a really, really well-positioned creep wave. They need to get a pull, and they finally will. But, I mean, it's still a big, big win here for Celebrity. The Earthshaker can now TP freely because of a really nice positioning. He's going to go bottom. He might be a little bit too late. We do have ourselves an Icarus dive. Look at how aggressive this man is playing. Right into the waiting arms of Force Major, however. Messed up the Fissure. Oh, they're going to miss Axis as well. Is he going to live? Just might.
The swashbuckle with the Overvenom on Melis is good enough to... And PC, man, they're just stopping anything VP wants to do this early game. The OD needs to really destroy his lane once he gets the Meteor Hammer. How far away is he from the...
He's got to be close. Yeah, he's close. He's one from down and away.
Right? Yeah,
No, it just needs like another last hit or two.
Yeah, so he almost got the Void Stone. Once you get that, ideally, if you can push the top tower, because OD, if you can mitigate that staticness in the right? Which is that you kind of just need to push a tower before you can realistically go anywhere.
Uh-oh, they're rotating the storm. They're going to get a kill here.
Yeah. Static OD stays in lane forever. Static OD kills by the storm.
Yeah. Great game out from Desperate this time around. It's a complete 1-8. Well, his early game actually was just as good as this one up until about this time when he solo ravaged and then got killed in the mid lane for diving a tier 2 tower. But beyond that, I think his early game performance has always been really impressive. And this time around, he's making much better decisions, rotating in the map. He's ganked bottom. He's gotten a kill mid. Ganked top lane now. 4 kills here unanswered by VP.P. And they don't really seem to be in a position to do much about it here.
No, Brew. Is he gonna die to the Sunrays?
Yeah.
Level 1.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, wow, that Sunray really chunks down the strength heroes, huh? Even at level 1. I agree, by the way. I think this Spirit is much better suited for heroes like Void Spirit or Storm.
Well, we saw it banned out last time.
Yeah, it's why we denial by Astral, but they're going for the Pango as well in the bottom lane. They're gonna try to kill him. Can they do so though? Force Major rotate just for this kill. They hit him with a Whirling Axis somehow, and that guarantees the kill. It's a little counter kill. Actually, kind of worth for VP in the end.
Yeah, they're going for Celebrity again though. Oh, they're rotating the Shaker though. In fact, they might be going instead. Nah, they can't though. They can't. He's just, you know, Ducalis just shows up, Nightmare, and he's like, don't do it.
That's why the OD stop getting plays. Like, how often do you get 2.5 seconds of freedom? In team fights, it becomes a bit more easy.
Sometimes,
a bit
right?
easier, sorry.
Sometimes it can. In this particular team fight, I don't know, and that's my concern, right? I mean, I even said it during the game. We got so many things: Storm Spirit, an Adaptive Strike, Pango rolling around. They got nothing to stop that. Even the Doom. I mean, sure, it's annoying for the Pango, but he can still turn.
I mean, I'm just saying it's easier than the early game.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I mean, in general, there's a lot of counters.
There they go again. He's gonna drop the hammer. He was hoping for the kill. Unfortunately, did not have enough mana differential. Locked up. Ducalis.
Tips.
He is going to set up for a counter kill as well. Laurel's nearby with the Doom and an Invis Rune. Oh my goodness, but the Sentry Ward there is going to save the life of our Storm Spirit. Desperate. He's out of mana, otherwise he would jump back in. He's just going to watch Ducalis die, but nice job there on the Sentry. That literally saves the life. You can see VP.P very quick to deward that one. Bottom? Oh, I thought they were actually fighting. They're not. Melis is level 6 already.
Radiant tower is under attack.
Again, this Storm Spirit off to just a fantastic start. Laurel can recover in the jungle. Doom kind of just, yeah, there he goes. He's going to go bottom for a free kill. He does just kind of conjure up the farm thanks to his Devour, but...
He's also a really easy hero gank. Just go with wherever there's like one single other hero that can provide like a slower stun. You go there and you set up with a Doom and you got a kill. Yep. Whereas the Storm is not that versatile, of course. Early game we saw his power spike with Ball Lightning, but usually you have to wait until Orc. That's why we call the Storm usually the greediest of the brothers.
Interesting. Depends. What's the first item for an Ember? Like a Maelstrom into ganking?
Well, you gank before anything though. Ember ganks that items. Void Spirit ganks with maybe Yule Scepter. Stormer is the only one that kind of relies on that Orc. You can gank early with your Ball Lightning peak, but we've talked about how weak Ball Lightning level. Your cast point is really large, and that's why Storm Spirit is... I mean, I think greedier. He's also the best win condition out of the three. He's the best late game brother as well.
There's some cases, though. We've seen some really impressive games on the Void Spirit, just especially super late game, where he's just everywhere at once. That's super annoying, forcing out so much utility.
But like, you don't play win condition, though. You play utility.
He's like a real infiltrator in the late game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but as utility, though, because you have the similar
talents. Of course, 100% utility. I agree with you there. He's not really doing the damage unless you really specifically build for it. But I think that's kind of like that's like going for a shotgun morph, right? Where it's like purely only shotgun morph, just straight E-blade into the whatever else, Dagon, you know. Yeah. Like that would be the equivalent. You don't fight whatsoever after your dual astral step. So, okay, I see your point. Speaking of the greed, we're almost there already, kind of closing in on that second quarter staff or Oblivion staff. Again,
Doom is still caught up to us from now. Bad about the game, even if his lane went really badly, and now it's up to
big moves to the top lane though.
Yeah, they have the earlier tempo, so they have to play around this, and they're playing around the OD's static laning phase, which is very good actually.
Yeah, he's just dead.
That's perfect. Meteor Hammer near the tower, and also hitting the Phoenix. I think he timed it perfectly. Never mind. And that's Astral dead. Also, the tower should fall with a catapult. Yeah. Opening up your map. Troll goes mid to farm the safest farm in the map right now. Yeah, good idea.
Safe for now, but we do have level 6 available for Ducalis. Desperate, ready to rotate on in potentially as that tower top lane will go down. Freddy's going to break the smoke. Just wants to continue farming up his Orchid. He's so close. No reason to really risk it now and be a little bit silly here. Force Major now is level 6 after consuming the Tome. So Echo Slamajamma ready to go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Primal Stirring, I hear a smoke, and that's going to be out from the side of VP.P. Doom, as well as actually the Hellbear Smasher being consumed, so they could look for a kill somewhere. There's the slow onto Melis. Will it be 2 out of 2 Dooms for him? Doesn't look like.
No, the Hellbear Smasher is a bit more... Jump in or jump next to... Also much less mana, or just not a very high mana spell as opposed to like Shockwave.
Oh, they just missed the fissure there. That's very unlucky.
Alright. Still though, you defend your mid lane tower, which isn't... Now you have the brew, so you haven't let them take your tier either. But of course, PC, they're just taking advantage of this time to farm because they know that they want this to go into the mid game.
They just want to hit creep. They're fine with this. Now we've got Orchid, so there's going to be the initial jump. They're going to go for the kill onto DSA, and with the Orchid and a TD rune as well, that one's just free.
Not a bad Orchid reveal because when you play Brew 5, you tend to want to use the effectively, right, as early as possible because you already get it late. So for what a Brew should do. So taking him down means that they can't really defend this reliably. It's one of the strongest spells early, even on a Brew 5.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it's Brew 5 has been so popular, right? Because you get the power peak no matter what.
That's why you pick these types of heroes. Same thing with the DP, right?
Yeah,
it's the same sort of thing.
Or like, yeah, you can sacrifice her, but still you have to deal with her in the team fight no matter what. Okay, Desperate walk in. That's a strong amount of damage with the Soul Burn as well, but they go for the Collis. Nice Nightmare. Malice set up. The Swashbuckle Shield
Great
Press. They need a
Supernova.
Supernova, and they might almost kill Laurel. They can destroy the second time. They're chasing after Laurel, and they will stun him with a Supernova. Now the Rolling Thunder, but Swashbuckle will finish him off. Cyclone just stopped the Morphling. They stun out the Phoenix, as they also do the same thing with the Morphling. Do we have a Battle Trance? Yes, we do. They're perma-slaying the Morphling. The Echo Slam is even committed to guarantee this kill on the enemy carry. Desperate is going to be capable of ball lining himself away. Melis has Swashbuckle, should be fine as well. And you end up should be fine.
Nah, he's fine. They
He
can't
wants to
kill him up here.
cosplay a ward right now. Is he baiting?
They want to see if they can turn this into something here. Desperate sipping on his bottle in the river, and they might just. I don't think they want to stick around here any longer, but luckily they've got the vision. Now it's going to be dewarded by Ducalis, who did not get off a Fiend's Grip, so he still has that one to use in this fight. Didn't get the deward either, and he's not going to, because he's going to die. Meteor Hammer perfectly channeled here. Ducalis down, he goes. That's a little bit too greedy there, dying for the ward, unfortunately, as Storm got a lot of mana regen now, but he's a little bit too vulnerable to all the single target that you pointed out earlier on. Nice fight then. It's a 1 for 3, as I believe they only end up losing the Brewmaster, actually, in that engagement, and the Doom, so a 2 for 3. Slight correction there. Does change the calculus a bit, but no Doom was utilized there. Just the Echo Slam, Sanities, and just about all the other abilities as well. And again, to your point, that's exactly how you want to be playing this early game when you've got the position 5 Brewmaster. These sorts of spells that you can't really buff up with anything except for Ags, much like a DP ulti, Phoenix Supernova, a Primal Split, right? Like you can buff these, quote unquote, but like not with like Veil of Discord, not with like stats, right? So it's even better when you play them on supports because they're just as strong.
All right, yes. Point. I mean, particularly in the Brew, there's even the point that most items you get are useless.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Split,
under
right?
attack.
So you go, well, why did I buy this item? So I can probably split more. Well, might as well just go Ags, right?
That's why he usually likes to go for, in the olden days, he used to go for the Vlads and stuff like that. Another DD rune, though. This should be another kill in the DSA, unless they can turn. There's going to be an Eclipse used. Ducalis needs to get in there and will not get in time. They're going to drop the Hammer and the Doom, both onto Desperate. Supernova on the high ground, though. They weren't expecting this one. It's going to be a nice stun onto Notice. He's already used the Battle Trance here, and they're in a Pinball Alley area as well, with the Sunray doing plenty of damage. Eul Scepter for Celebrity. Someone used him up, and there's going to be the Astral to save the life of the Troll. Will he be able to live? We've got a Swashbuckle at the ready. Fissure not in time, unfortunately. Melis in the middle of a couple of heroes. He's going to die, but he's going to be pretty happy for what he can get out of this one.
That was insane. Like, the Bane, I think, was walking there to try to cancel the Meteor. Is that what I'm assuming?
He was, yeah, and he did get the Nightmare off, but after the Meteor Hammer was done channeling, so the Meteor was already on the way.
Because I was wondering, it's like, why would you walk next to the Astral Imprisoned Storm? But I guess that's the reasoning. You're just trying to cancel the Meteor desperately. Because I guess the Bane accepted that if Storm dies, it's okay if he dies too.
Yeah, it's not too bad. They did get a Doom out of it, and they're, well, speaking of going for the Doom, they're looking to get another Doom out of it. And he's going to be dragged back in. Astral, though, he's taking a lot of damage here to the Sunray. He will tick down. Another combo, though, as there's the Hammer. Desperate, unable to escape. There's the Fiend's Grip, but it's a touch too late out from Ducalis. Kill for Doom is quite a costly one. Back-to-back deaths here for Desperate, and a kill onto the Phoenix as well, courtesy of the Sanity's Eclipse. Plenty of damage there. Surprised it did so much against the Storm, to be honest, considering it's now back to being based off of the mana difference.
Yes, but he did get a bunch of Astrals before. Probably would benefit.
Good damage.
I will say though that in these fights, if you allowing the OD to get the Astral onto the Storm, then you have nobody to really.
It's true.
Unless the Pango goes for like a Blink Dagger build, which by the way, this game you should. Eul Scepter, yeah, okay, yeah, Eul Scepter, Basher, Blink Dagger, yeah, utility Pango, or the Basher maybe a bit overkill, but I can see the point just to cancel the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
But you just need the Storm to play much more defensively. He has to initiate second after the Pango or Phoenix or whomever goes in, maybe even the Morphling, honestly, because he's the best hero to cancel that Meteor Hammer with. He plays the Earth Spirit role. Of course, like I said, this is a pretty good game for Bane because he didn't have an Earth Spirit in it, so it's actually kind of, sorry, not for Bane, D. Because he didn't have an Earth Spirit in it, so he can't cancel Meteor Hammer as easily, but Storm should fulfill that role, and he can't be that desperate.
Yeah, I mean, with Doom off cooldown, they were looking to fight, but they forgot about the Sanity's plenty of damage.
Even Doom, the Stormers, he came out of the Astral.
Yeah, they really wanted him dead. Notice is going to run right into a gank, but Puckchamp, they're not sure how many heroes are actually here. They will now run away. Well, they should have spotted him here with this board.
And look at Troll's build as well, Maelstrom Hood. This is the build that used to be built. Go like Maelstrom Hood, then into Tags, then... That was a build in mid. Could be something similar for Troll. Kai inside job. point out how good Axe is.
We've got Blink for Shaker, so he's hiding in the wings. They're going to want to fight. They've got everything but the Sanity's ready to go.
Now you have your 5-on-5. You have already great single target. Seeing all the mobility that Puckchamp has.
They do have the Lincoln Sphere up for Krelat, though. He's had that one ready for a while, as Laurel, with the smoke and the haste, really wanted to do someone up with his fresh 10-second BKB.
So it needs to be Krelat who just goes. Krelat who... If not, it has to be really close by to wait for Mao to strike the other.
Yeah.
It just needs to be...
The combo is really hard as well to actually successfully get a Doom off, because we do have pretty good single target, but it's basically just on the OD and the Doom alone, right? I mean, Troll, he doesn't really have anything to ever break Lincolns with, so he can't assist there. So really, realistically, in my opinion, unless we get some amazing chain stuns onto the Morphling, which is possible this game given the Earthshaker, the Lincolns is going to give him a good amount of security until the Blink Dagger is finished by the Doom. Then the combo is quite trivial. You just hit him, break it with Astral, and then Doom blinks in and dooms him.
Exactly, yeah. No, it's not too difficult. In fact, the OD could even consider going for like a 4-staff later on this game, which is a really good item for OD in general, right? And it's great for canceling Lincoln. Well, so you have a lot of options here.
Yep, very true.
But that said, I still think Lincolns is the way to go for, honestly, almost. Like, I would like to see Storm Lincolns. Not now, but later on in the game, yes. I'd like to even see Pango Lincolns. Because they're all single target. It's your big winning condition. Obviously, BKB is another option. That deals with most of the spell. But I still think Lincoln.
Well, there they go. They're going to find another kill here. Top lane should just about be free. Notice, yep, he's going to go with the Whirling Axes. Yule Scepter. He's going to get off a Swashbuckle, but no, he's not. No, he's deleted. All right, big kill there for the offlaner, but that is, of course, going to be worth it.
That's why you got to study in school. Otherwise, you don't have enough mana to withstand.
Laurel nearby. Again, he's showing off this BKB, so they know about it. Force Major, I don't know if he's showing his Blink Dagger, but when there's an Earthshaker missing off the map around the 20-minute mark for 4 minutes, I think you can deduce what's going on.
Regardless, even if you didn't have Blink Dagger, you also go, do I really want to get hit by Fissure and Fog and let this little cow slowly walk up to me to Echo Slam a single target?
Yeah.
You've already seen what they're capable of. OD has wasted Sanity's Eclipse. Well, not wasted, sorry. He's used Sanity's Eclipse. Like it grows on trees. No, he doesn't seem to care about those ultimates. They're playing the... Ironically, they're actually playing the old VP style. Remember, P became the new VP, right? When the VP that won all the majors used to play like this. Waste ultimates, who cares? What was that, Swashbuckle? Okay, what was that, initiation by Pango in general?
This is really awkward.
Echo as well.
They do.
Use it, there we go. Echo to cancel Fiend Script. Really good Echo. The promo split's been used. Force Major will die.
You got the Earthshaker.
Ball Lightning in the backline stops the OD from initiating, so well played.
Yeah, this is a win for Puckchamp. As long as they don't lose any more deaths here. Melis, you madman. I said as long as they don't lose any deaths, and he goes, did you mean I kill everyone? And he's going to roll on in. Celebrity forced to Astral himself.
No,
they still have a Supernova. Melis looking to try and bait him around. Krelat here is really engaging in this fight as well, as they will drop the Doom onto Melis. They're going to Nightmare him up as there's Supernova now on the high ground. Great zip on it. They've actually located Notice. He's not going to be able to get the ulti off either. They're going to try and save him, but the Astral will save him a little bit longer. Now the ulti onto Krelat. They're looking for a route. Can they find one? The bash out from Laurel as they're looking to try and nuke down Notice, but he's able to escape just barely. Now Krelat should be fast enough to dodge these guys. All right, Ducalis, he's going to buy back. He goes, hi guys, I'm back.
Don't do this again, guys. You already went into a really bad engagement first Puckchamp. Don't do this again. I feel like they underestimate a bit of VP.P's capability to counter-initiate, of course, with the Doom and with the Astrals.
Even the Echo Slam.
Yeah, I mean,
to start that fight off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Echo Slam wasn't that impactful, though, I think, but Puckchamp did well in the start of the team fight. I thought it was a good Echo, but it wasn't that impactful in the sense of they were not going to turn that into a fight, right?
Right.
And the reason for that was that Puckchamp held onto their high ground pretty well. So kudos to Puckchamp for doing that. That was really well done. And then once they lost their high ground, you could see how weak they were, right? You can't play against single target.
He wants that rune. He's going to get it. They're going to go up to the triangle, and in fact, they're not ready to break smokes here. This could be a kill. Big Fissure, though, catches 4 heroes by the looks of it, but Melis already on his way in. Nightmare onto Bane, as they're going to be able to save the Earthshaker a little bit longer. What's going on here? Krelat fighting versus Noticed uphill. He's going to push him a little bit forward as there's Force Major down. He's going to buy back, though. Puckchamp, they don't have many ultis here, so they're just going to sacrifice Ducalis, who now will die back. Icarus dive at the ready for Astral, so he's off to safety.
They have a Blink Dagger at 9. They might be able to cancel his TP just barely. Doom gets vision. No, Doom blinked a bit too far forward
Yeah, he blinked
to get vision. They would have stopped the storm there.
They would have, yeah, quite easily with the Astral as well.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, buyback for buyback out from our supports. I don't believe there was another BKB charge used, so not too bad there. Yeah, still have the 10-second BKB I noticed, still 10-second BKB on Laurel. So good patience out from Virtus Pro Prodigy as they don't really have to BKB for this. They're not against the big ultis that they were against last time, but they are coming off cooldown now. Notably here, Battle Trance Primal Split ready to use as, oh, well, there's the jump immediately onto Phoenix. Unfortunately, he got a little bit too aggressive. Can they counter-initiate off the back of this? Doesn't look like it. In fact, Doom going for more. Has the Doom up in 8 seconds, but Laurel's going to use the BKB. His Primal Split then is going to be used to try and keep him away from the Roche pit. But already, with Melis back alive and Rolling Thunder ready to go, they don't feel quite confident in going to finish off this Roche.
Do have still Echo Slam and Doom, by the way, available, so I don't think it's impossible for you, but I guess that if you go into the Roche pit, you're giving the enemy team a
Okay, so notice he uses the ulti here. It's for the lifesteal, obviously.
Clearly, they're not looking to fight this Roshan. I don't understand that at all.
I don't understand that play either. Maybe they're trying to bait for the Earthshaker. They're going to smoke up now. Careful for Force Major and the blink in. No, he doesn't quite have it yet. That's a great fissure, though. Echo Slam not quite ready as they're keeping him locked down, and the Supernova onto the backline's keeping them alive as there's a stun through the BKB of Notice. They've also gotten the kill onto the Panda. Notice still alive. Echo now onto 2. Krelat still alive, though, and he's going to get off the strength, and he's good to go. They've gotten at least the Aegis from the Storm Spirit. He's going to be respawning then, going straight onto the high ground. He wants to kill on a Celebrity. Notice nearby, though, applying the missed chances. There's the Panda buying back. Force Major still alive, but the bash from the low ground up from Melis. The Swashbuckle will condemn him. Okay, another really awkward fight here. But very, very scrappy.
So the reason why he couldn't get the Echo Slam off, of course, was the Supernova. Early Supernova can't stall blinks. That's why Force Tester could well, because you have a lot of ways to cancel blink daggers. And yeah, that Supernova pretty much stopped their team fight. They had Echo Slammed into the pit. That was fine. They would have won that.
100%.
But unfortunately, because they can't do that, then they just lose that fight altogether.
Casual E-Blade reveal there.
Yeah, I guess that is the reveal. I was thinking, is E-Blade reveal that relevant? Well, this game it could be. Melis,
yeah, I think it is, especially agast a troll with BKB. Right? You can look to burst him. So you know he doesn't have his ulti. Whoa,
want to fight the
Melis.
enemy triangle? Yeah,
Melis.
Rolling Thunder. Just walk it in.
Yeah, he's going the long way. He took the scenic route.
It worked. DSA stopped, asked for imprisonment to save his life. Doom onto the storm, though. There's a good initiation. Ducalis has no Fiend's Grip. There's no Ball Lightning because the Doom is stopping the storm, and he just wants to murder him alone. Yule Scepter finally stop to their tracks.
They may need to deny him, though.
No, he's going to be fine. He has enough HP.
Oh, wow. Just barely. Just
You gotta be
barely.
a math magician like myself.
A math magician?
Yeah. Ever had that as a kid?
A math magician.
You serious? You never had that as a kid?
Oh.
Really? Like people came to your school and like mental math? They call themselves math.
Radiant are scanning.
Are you serious? I'm not making this up. This is a reality. Raise up your kappas, my math magician. I'm sure you've heard of these guys.
What do you don't know how to do. You don't know how to summon Twitch emotes. You know, you can't do that.
Yeah, well.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Seems good to me.
2 years ago, you didn't even know what like Pepe the Frog was. Know who he
I
was.
still don't
Well, see.
know my kappas.
All right, I mean, I think the Yule Scepters this games are actually like working out so well, to be honest. Especially as these
Yeah, it was a
BK
good choice.
Well, we've got 2 now, right? Because we got 1 in the Pango. We also have 1 for Phoenix. And we may even have a 3rd one, perhaps, for Ducalis. He's too poor, but eventually maybe he'll dream of it.
No, I think Liberkib is the item first for him. I think you'll dream of the
He's just going to walk up. You mad, man.
There's no way you're getting this as a kill. There's no way that was
Ducalis, you're a master to your Bane. What's going on here? They're going to put him to sleep, wake him up there into now the back and forth. But the Astral Imprisonment was just in time. They could look to counter-initiate here.
Okay.
What is going on?
Why is okay? So if you're a team against an OD, do not go for these engagements where you're barely reaching. You need to have control over the area you're fighting to really deal with the OD. Because otherwise, Astro will cancel you. You think, dude, I can go for a cheeky kill. Not gonna happen.
Especially because he's got Blink now, so he's got incredible range for the save. Earthshaker with Blink, saving up for the Shard. He's a bit poor. Yeah, that was so weird.
You can't go for the cheeky kill.
I can't believe Ducalis is just, I'm gonna walk up and Fiend's Grip him. He didn't
I think
care.
he's just frustrated. He's like, yeah, I realize now why I never played. This hero is trash right now.
I mean, clearly he plays a lot of Bane.
Yeah, no, I know now. Well, I mean, he has been in the past, but like, I don't know if you know he's one of the heroes
No, I mean, you're totally right. No, I mean, the only
there's
reason...
multiple regions that have never picked the Bane.
No, the only reason I know he wants to make it work is because it was in another one of the interviews where he's like, yeah, you know, I really want to play Wisp and Bane. I really want to bring Bane back in, but every time we pick Wisp, Prelat plays it, you know?
Every time I pick Bane, we lose.
No, I think this is one of their very few Bane games I've seen them play. Because when he's like, yeah, Master Tier Bane, I was like, what? Really? Couldn't believe it.
Why?
He said he really likes it for the laning stage.
I think he's quite a fun hero. I don't know why you can't believe. Like he said, I'm Master Tier Lich.
Master Tier Lich makes sense though. Master Tier Lich wins lanes, dude.
Yeah, Master Tier Bane does too.
Oh,
that's a better Inferno Blade.
Yeah. The Yule Scepter, Astral. Oh, come on, give him the haste rune. Oh, no chance.
No chance. Do they have Shard? They don't.
No.
They're just close though for Force Me. 300 gold away. Once you get Shard, your team fight becomes better than the enemies, honestly. I mean, as long as Pango keeps initiating like that, where you're rolling thunders far away from his team.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh, and speaking of... Oh, they didn't see him. No, they didn't see him.
Don't breathe, Melis. Don't breathe.
Well, no! What are you doing?
Don't swashbuckle, you madman!
He's got a haste rune!
Okay. Oh, no, don't go back in. Melis TP.
He's TP. Okay, he's trolling.
You know, he deserved the Doom to just come in here.
Oh, my Lord.
He deserved that so badly. Melis, my goodness. You know what's ironic is that one of his best heroes, if not his best hero, was Pango. Up there with like Timber.
He's a really good Pango player.
He's very well known for his Pango.
I can't believe.
I mean, he's having fun, dude. You know, let him have fun.
They're having fun. You know what? These guys are having fun for sure.
I hope so.
All right, Basher up for Troll Warlord, going next into the Abyssal Blade here. He's getting close.
Yeah, but you're starting to... Your peak is starting to end, though. Your window opportunity for Storm and Morphling are both coming. Yeah, you have great single target abilities and a lot of damage and everything. Storm and Morphling, once they come online, I don't know if you have enough to deal with both of them. Ducalis? Okay.
I think Ducalis was trying to fiend script someone.
Ducalis is trying to play the game, dude.
He's stretched. He wants to be fighting. That's why he picked this hero, but it's not his time. I mean,
that's why Bane is so bad. Well, you just you have to pick the hero to fight.
Oh, desperate.
But then when you have a downtime like now, go, what do I do on the hero? You can't push lanes.
You can't push.
You can't farm.
You don't really stack very well either. I mean, you can because anyone can stack, but he's got a bad move speed, bad attack speed.
You stack one camp.
That's what I mean.
Guys, I did it. Meanwhile, Coddle's stacking 5, deep pushing, you know, and like...
Oh, okay. Solo Echo Slime onto Melis. They're just using their ultis at a win, but there's going to be Kreelak counter-initiating. That could set up for a kill. There's the E-Blade reveal. Astral Imprisonment, they blink up to the high ground. They're going to lock down Celebrity as Supernova perfectly timed here with the Astral, and that's going to be 2 kills for free. They're going for more as well. A Celebrity's going to use the BKB, but they might have the damage to kill him through it. He's going to drop the hammer. Everyone just throwing their ultis here like it's a fire sale. 3 kills for Kreelak. Hip, hip, hooray. Oh my goodness.
Okay, you just had such a great game, VP.P, and then you decide to throw it out the window.
I just don't... What? I mean, I think VP.P, like, Puckchamp, they casted Confusion. By the way, he's gone for the phase shift or the waveform multi-attack, so please protect your ears when he's in Earthshaker form. Thank you.
All right, because that's partially the why I picked more.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, just like this, it's maybe just a full lane of barracks. We don't have the ultis to fight this. There's no Astral, there's no Echo Slam. We do have, of course, this very balanced Earthshaker shard, but he's not going to be able to get there in time, and they're just, yeah, lane of Rex.
I have to let him go. You still have... You still have some really, really good team fight.
Yes, there it is.
The word I was looking for. He still has some really good team fight for VP and some really good catch, and you're not lost your window opportunity just yet. So I think VP can still win this as long as they don't make blunders like that. I mean, you're literally like, dude. Like I was watching the medieval ages, you know, and they're just throwing their piss water out on the street, but instead of piss water, it's your game.
And it's your big team fight ultis. I mean,
exactly.
A one-man Echo Slam, okay, maybe. And then the OD dropping the hammer as well was, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get that at all.
Because
I mean, that play didn't even make sense tactically.
Because they used one Supernova, which was actually a good Supernova, of course.
It was a really good Supernova. Yeah. But you were also ganking them in your dead lane as well, so you didn't even have the tactical advantage, right?
It's okay. Roche is up.
Troll wasn't even there. Wait, I don't know. This goes like anything like last Roche.
Roche is up. Oh, the smoke's gonna break.
They know they're in
the pit. Yeah.
Okay, he over.
They got the Troll though. Doom onto Storm.
It's pretty good. Storm is in trouble. They have no save for him. Storm is dead. There's no trouble. He's just dead. Supernova does complete. They might be able to kill DSA.
Yes.
He can't promote split in time, so that's the counter. The bash is pretty good. Rolling Thunder as well. They don't need the Storm. It was all a bait.
Yeah, Kreelak's popping his BKB. I don't know why, but he's looking for more. he wants more.
He wants more.
And
He's
now
gonna
he
get
invited.
it. Oh, the BKB celebrity.
He's got to Astral himself.
Okay, this is pretty bad though. Troken set up for him.
Oh,
There's no
the
BKB for Kreelat,
nice.
but he has wave 4.
Wait, but they got to be careful. We still have Fiend's Grip.
No, they go in.
Okay,
Another
BKB,
BKB
Kreelat.
forced.
Oh, no.
Can he walk away? Okay, the Nightmare saving him from the extra stun from the shard. Good job.
Okay, that was a 9-second BKB used there for the troll.
And
10-second BKB
for the
used for the Morphling.
That was the best BKB you've ever seen. Guys, it's high ground. I've done this before. I'm just going to BKB just
I mean, it is a safe play to make. How many times?
Yeah,
like,
it's not on the wrong point.
We laugh, but like if the OD was just sitting there, like that's possibly a kill onto Kreelat.
Yeah, this man reached Twitch chat. He knows that when this happens, Twitch chat will just go passive BKB.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the thing? Passive
BKB.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, Force Major,
Okay,
the Sun,
Ducalis.
he's tanking it. He's tanking it. He's a player.
Oh my goodness.
No, he's a player. He knows he had to do that. The team's safely able to back out. They have Aegis and Cheese now.
Yeah,
Cheese
but-
on over to the Pango.
My problem is not with the play. My problem is that Ducalis has accepted. And it's so sad to see him realize that his favorite hero, that's the best play he can make right now.
I don't think so.
Much more.
He doesn't strike me as the type. It's a lot like the Spartan interview, or actually they interviewed Stomanen on Stomanen. Yes, thank you. And what was it? Oh yeah, they asked him like, "Yo, when Spartan just runs up cliffs, like what's going on in the comms?" And he's like, "Oh, Spartan, he doesn't care." He says, "Guys, pardon my French here, but this is a quote." He says, "Fuck this game. You don't need me in these fights. I'm just gonna go die. You can 4v5. I'm just gonna die." And he's like, "Okay, Spartan."
Sure. And he's already in the high ground.
And by that time, he's already dead, right? Yeah. But for Ducalis, it's got to be much the same. These guys, especially on the captain role, what better way to lead your team to victory rather than over your dead corpse, right? He's the first man in the door, and sure, he's the first one to hit the floor as well. But when the team fight starts around him, it's a thing of beauty. And the defensive death, Shaker, be here. They don't know that he's here either. Oh, now they know. Sentry Ward, they're going to scout him right into some other sentries as well. They want this kill, but he's going to blink out defensively. Oh, they really want him. They really want him. There's a zip forward. They've actually caught Laurel. Do they have the follow-up damage? Stolen Fissure now into the Rolling Thunder, but he's going to get off the BKB and both the Shadow Blade. In the meantime, though, Shaker has dropped. I like this actually a lot. I think this is not one of your quotes because you're quoting it from someone else. Maybe one of the... I don't remember who it is, but... what do I build on Doom? Whatever I need to get the Doom off, right? In this game, Shadow Blade has a lot of value for you to be able to get that initial surprise Doom onto the Storm Spirit, although that's not going to be so easy now that he does have his own Lincoln Sphere.
That is actually a quote from paraphrasing of Winter. I just kind of cleaned up the quote.
Right, because Winter is...
Yeah, you know. You know what I'm saying.
I understand.
Exactly. So, cleaned up the quote, but it was his, it's paraphrasing him. Speaking to us privately, I don't think he said that. Or
he might.
To me privately.
Yeah.
I remember that quote very much. Shout out to you, Winter. Hope your fishing is going well.
Winter Sama.
Yep.
I don't know if you call it fishing when you breed the fish, but because he doesn't catch them.
Okay, yeah. Hope you're breeding a fish.
Yeah, it's going well.
There you go. The Bane finally got Glimmer Cape though, so Ducalis can make these plays now much more often.
Yeah, he had it in the last fight as well in the Roche. He glimmered Desperate, but that wasn't really going to do anything there. Ducalis, he's, again, dropping a couple more wards, and VP.P, they're in their base. I mean, you were right. The Lincoln Spheres, that's what they needed. Now we've got Abyssal, though, so that's a great Lincoln's breaker. Of course, it blocks the stun, but as I recall, it doesn't actually block the gap close of Lincolns, right? If you Abyssal someone with Lincolns, you still get right in their face. You just don't stun them. You blocked the whole thing.
And you're making me doubt it, but I could have sworn you just blocked the whole thing.
Okay, that could be it. That could be it.
Anything? Your Lotus Orb?
No, because with Lotus, they meet in the middle. It's a lot like Centaur, Reality Rift, or whatever it's called. They change it. Yeah, CK, thank you. Casino Night. Yeah. Who knows? Pango with the Basher, though, and the Blink Dagger Yule's build. So it's the classic Pango with the addition of Lincolns and Basher that we used to see when he started making his appearances in the Captain's mode. This is what everyone would kind of pick up on him. I think you said a Brazilian, I think. This Pango with the Blink Yule Scepter build used to be... Tabo, thank you. I knew it was a Brazilian, and I was like, I just want to make sure I get the right one. There they go. The initiation onto the Troll Warlord. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, they save him. He might actually get the ulti off here.
Can he do it in time?
No.
Sunray ticks.
Oh, he doesn't have buyback.
Oh, it's actually a static remnant that's Desperate setup that killed him.
He doesn't have
really
buyback,
cool.
Avo.
This is big. I don't know if they'll realize this, though.
I don't think they know.
They're going to try to force it. They're going to try to force it, and they'll be like, Wait a second.
Wait a second. Last game we didn't have buyback.
Why is Troll not buying back here?
This is a really big problem. Laurel, they need to get a great team fight off. They can win a 4v5.
They have Doom though, and a Shadow Blade on Doom.
It's possible.
Forced F2 to cancel out Lincolns.
It's possible. For right now, though, Krelot safe on the high ground with his Lincolns, with his Aegis, with his Sunray to heal him up. Ducalis and Melis both behind to support him. It's a you get in there, King. They're empowering him. That's already 2 lanes of barracks now down. Force Major again. He can make this one very obnoxious.
See Krelot, a shotgun. But you still have the promo split, which is why he hasn't used that active strike. You want that to cancel the pain.
They need to go. They need to go. There's 30 seconds without Troll.
Yeah.
They cannot afford this.
Puckchamp has
in they
realized.
go.
Though they promo split just to deter them. Like, oh guys, we're initiating. Look at this. Oh no, the promo split's been wasted. I hope they don't come back onto this.
I mean, this is still a problem though. 20 seconds. Primal split lasts for 5 more. Okay, there's Aegis reclaim. They bought themselves a little bit of time. 15 seconds till the Troll is back. But we don't have the Primal anymore.
Still have Echo Slam. You have to kind of initiate it before the Troll's ready.
This could be it.
They have the Doom. Can he do it in time? They try on the
Great
Morph, like,
Supernova.
no. They haven't used the Doom. Instead, he's been feed script. Look at Ducalis. He's going to bring this game back. They stopped the Doom. He didn't get it off. Ducalis does one good play this game.
Yeah.
But it's the play that's going to win you the game.
Oh, the Abyssal, but Troll, or rather, Storm got his BKB off. Just he's out of there. See you later. Nightmared up as well as the Troll. They didn't stand a chance. I mean, Storm was just jumping circles around them in the meantime. A great counter initiation there by the Puckchamp supports, and they can just afford to go right back in. They probably know this Doom's got no buyback.
Man.
And a great fight there. Great job.
Ducalis, dude. You come in clutch for the one right moment when you have to be clutch. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I was very surprised, though. Doom didn't just
They're going to jump Storm again in the same exact way.
This is not good for them at all. They can't afford to lose him a second time. Electric Vortex, okay, good Astral.
We still have that go?
This time he should be able to come back with Battle Trance. Yeah, so he's fine. He's just silenced, annoyed. Morphin comes in, shotgun surprise.
Okay.
Activates
Force
BKB, has to play safely.
He has to. That's his 8-second BKB. It sucks, but he has to.
Pretty bad, you have to.
He has to. All BKBs, 7-second here still for Celebrity. I believe our Dooms is going to be falling quite low as they know. He's on a 5-second already. No wonder his BKB didn't last whatsoever. They're still in the base. They want to end this now. This is an insane move. I can't believe this from Puckchamp. They've got the vision. No Laurels nearby. They'll be able to just escape. Look how many sentries they've dropped here as well, just to make sure they don't get the jump on them. All right, 1 lane of barracks then between victory and defeat all of a sudden for Puckchamp. As, you know, as George W. used to say, fool me once without buyback, shame on me. Fool me twice, I might be relegated out of the league. I mean, this is costly for VP.P, not having buyback on the Troll there.
That's my favorite
for the Abyssal. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that one.
Everyone knows that one. That was right before they threw.
That was right before they threw the shoe at him. Yeah. And he's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, Krelot gonna try to catch up Force Major in the top lane. They're actually waiting out.
Yeah.
This is a really, really good jump. But the question is, are you too far ahead from your team? You know, like, is this really going to be... Is there a follow-up properly?
Where's your damage, right?
Spider legs, look at
Troll
Force
is your
Major.
damage. Troll is your damage, and he's not here. And they even
no,
missed
that
the fissure.
That's not great. They have Echo Slam, though. They got to use it immediately. They've cancelled, okay. Echo Slam, the Doom, the Morphling. It worked out. They even used the Sandy's Eclipse. They lost Force Major, but Troll is inside, and they just want to murder the Morphling. They're going to accomplish it. Krillin is down for the count. Now they go for the Supernova. Feed script into the Troll. They cancelled immediately with the Astro, but he's been disarmed, which means they can't destroy the Supernova in time. It stuns everybody. Doom is forced to buy back. Norris might just die. He couldn't heal enough.
Ducalis got him.
It's actually Ducalis who gets the kill. The revenge is finally here. Going for the OD as well. Norris' Celebrity is dead. This could be a tieback for the Doom.
Oh,
they don't
Troll's
want
got
to the
buyback.
second time. Troll comes back in, but Doom is already dead 2 times in a row. So has the Earthshaker, both buying back, both dying back.
Oh, that's a big problem here. That's a big problem. They make the jump immediately onto the Earthshaker. They buy back on 4 heroes. Oh no, what a play there out from Ducalis yet again here into the late game. His early game Fiend's Grips, they had me doubting. I'm not gonna lie, they had me doubting. But these late games, Fiend's Grips are absolutely on point, immediately interrupting the Troll Warlord there as soon as he goes onto the Supernova. I was doubting that Supernova too, I'm not gonna lie, but they had the team play the composition perfectly around it. Morphling even managed to fight through for a good amount of time through that Doom. It was very impressive. VP.P, they close the gap immediately and try and make sure they can get whatever they can out of that one, but unfortunately, Puckchamp, they just had it in the bag. That fight.
You do close the gap. The chat said so.
Yes.
That's good.
But you don't stun?
No.
Okay.
No, stun gets blocked.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
All right. I made me doubt it. You made me doubt it. I could have sworn it was cancel.
No, I knew that was a kind of a strange interaction. You see, that's
A very weird interaction.
that's something I would know because I've probably tried to build Lincolns as a support, and then still they close the gap and just kill me
And you're
anyway.
like, why do I build?
Why did I do this? Yeah, it's a lot like Lincoln's versus the Sven, where it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's really stupid. Or the Lotus against the Sven, where you're like, all right, if I get Axe now, he stuns himself.
Yeah.
You know, he should be invulnerable.
Yeah, it's really dumb. All right,
It's
well,
very-
Doom, luckily, I mean, they're not going to lose the game off of that dieback, and in fact, they're
Axe
going to
is
go
a big
fight. They're going to
deal.
smoke.
They need to fight this, because if the Storm gets
But
Axe...
Ducalis, he's going to face check
oh,
the
you
smoke.
got, like, Ducalis.
Yeah,
This
great
man
nightmare.
alone.
They need to wake this Shaker up. Yeah, he
Oh,
needs to be the one in the fight.
What a Supernova as well.
Yeah,
They
that'll
can eat
keep
him
him
out.
away.
He has a Talent as well.
Oh, here's Storm. The
Okay,
Hex.
Hex. Electric Vortex just for the Earthshaker. He still does have the Echo.
But they've doomed the
Echo
Storm.
off. They've doomed the Storm. They can kill him in time.
Great Supernova.
The second Supernova.
Oh, it's so good.
That is going to stop him completely.
Another
They
Phoenix
can't
Grip
fight
onto the
against
Doom.
the
It's
Supernova.
GG.
They've lost everybody.
It's GG. I can't believe it. Puckchamp, they win this game. I didn't think they could do it with the draft, honestly.
That was the refresher reveal, right, for Astral?
Yeah.
I was the refresher reveal just for the last Supernova. What a game.
What a game.
I mean, these two supports by Puckchamp. Oh, my.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, and desperate. And honestly, the rest of Puckchamp feeling confident enough to just play like this, right? That's what I was kind of saying. It's like Puckchamp